Welcome to the Brian Craig Show. My name is Brian Craig, and this is where MAGA comes to talk. We got a lot to cover today, and I don't know if I've got enough time on the air to get to all of it, but I'm going to get through as much of it as I can. Now, you may have seen there was a Turning Point USA event at Berkeley last night, and a couple of our listeners were attacked by Antifa, and they sent me some video that they texted me. In fact, it's a couple of our listeners that go on our cruises, our MAGA cruises from the San Francisco Bay Area, went to the event in support of the memory of Charlie Kirk and Turning Point, and were attacked by Antifa. I'm going to share with you the video coming up in just a bit, and we've got a lot of news to cover. Holy smokes. You know, I went to bed last night, and since I went to bed, everything has just opened wide up between the couple of hours of time between when I went to sleep and when I woke up this morning. So I'm going to cover a lot today. If you're watching on the live stream with the green wall behind me, you're going to have to go to my main stream to see and hear all the video and audio and the articles and images I show. The link to that is in the description of that video. If you'd like to call in, the number is toll-free, 888-465-2631. It is freezing in Florida. By our standards in Florida, it is 49 degrees, which is hardcore wintertime here in Florida, I'm here to tell you. So bear with us a little bit as we go through. Okay, I just lost my article. I hit a button and lost my article. Let me pull up the article, and then we'll get straight to it. Hold on. If you're new, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. You know, these Turning Point events, people, I think people realize since the assassination of Charlie Kirk, they're dangerous, right? They're dangerous. The left are tyrants, and they'll never see it. I don't know exactly what it is about the left, but they will never see what they are. They feel justified in their violence. They're so tolerant, the tolerant left. They can't tolerate anyone who disagrees with them. So here's an article about it before I share you the video from our listeners from the Gateway Pundit. Bloody fight breaks out near Turning Point USA event at Berkeley as Antifa terrorists turn gathering into a war zone. A bloody fight broke out at Turning Point USA event at Berkeley after Antifa crashed the gatherings. That was last night. Antifa and other far-left protesters turned up at the Turning Point event. They turned it into a war zone, shouting all kinds of obscenities. And you're going to see a lot of this in the news. And this is Savannah Hernandez, who does a lot of work for Turning Point USA. And she was on scene reporting.
This is Savannah Hernandez at UC Berkeley at the TPUSA Out of the Bay protest. Now, it is about 7 p.m. at this point, but this has been going on since 4:30, and my friends, it has been absolute chaos. Now, at the beginning of the night, you quickly had two people that were arrested. One person was a Trump supporter, another was an Antifa member, and as the Trump supporter was getting arrested, he stated that the Antifa member came and tried to steal his stuff, resulting in the altercation. Now, that happened fairly quickly at the beginning of the protest, and everything just evolved since then.
Okay, and it goes on. So she was right there on the front lines. Now, those of you that go on our cruises, everyone that goes on our cruises knows Fun Mary. Fun Mary is a very nice lady. She lives in the San Francisco Bay Area. She has a twin sister. And Fun Mary and her twin sister, they're hardcore. We have a whole group of MAGA people from the Bay Area. They come on our cruises. And Fun Mary and her sister, and another one of our cruisers from the Bay Area, Brad, and it's Brad who texted me these videos early this morning, late last night for him. They were at this event. And it was a turning point event. They weren't crashing some Antifa event. It was a turning point event. They're wearing Charlie Kirk gear. Fun Mary's wearing an outfit a hat I've seen her wear on the cruises. It's a cowboy hat that's red, white, and blue with the stars and stripes on it and everything, our great American flag. And they actually got attacked. Fun Mary and her twin sister are senior citizens. They actually were attacked, bruised up a bit, and were shot with paintballs by Antifa. This is just god-awful, and I guess they had a friend here that interviewed them, and let me play this video that they sent to me.
We were here in front of UC Berkeley for the Turning Point USA event, and we have been physically assaulted. We had, it's called an Antifa milkshake. They threw it at us. You can see it all over her blouse, all over her face. She actually got hurt. You know, we can't have women being assaulted at a public event, at a public university. We need free speech, and you can't make women feel scared for having a protest, not violent. Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, peaceful. They're there peacefully, and they're attacked, brutally attacked. In fact, I would consider this to be, by liberal standards, nothing short of a hate crime, right? This attack, and keep in mind, this is an attack on senior citizens in this instance, right? So you've got a hate crime in that they were targeted and violently attacked by young Antifa. Because why? Because they're MAGA. Because of their political beliefs, right? Because of their political beliefs, they were physically attacked. And, you know, you attack senior citizens at this level, you could really hurt them, or worse, if you know what I mean. This was at Berkeley last night. Now, in Florida, I don't know about California. Here in Florida, you know, we have the oldest population in the country. We have some very strict, well-enforced elder abuse laws. Very serious crime in Florida. I don't know about California. I don't know what it's like in other states, but here in Florida. So you've got a hate crime in that this violent attack was done on a group of people because of their political beliefs and because of the age. And also, when you attack someone who's a senior citizen like this, it's a major escalation because you could kill them while doing it. I hope they get them. There's cameras everywhere. I imagine the police believe that the victim should be arrested in this instance out there because they're, you know, Berkeley police. They're hardcore liberal. And, you know, what's insane about this, from the liberal perspective, you know, in this post-Charlie Kirk assassination era we're in, they not only have not toned down anything, they've amped things up. They've amped things up to a level that is so far over the line, you can't even measure it. It's way off the scale of measurements. And the left, they haven't had a single person on the left since the assassination of Charlie Kirk that's taken the lead to say, hey, tone this down. Civil disobedience. None of them have done this. You know, Charlie Kirk, the first political assassination in this country of a non-elected official since Martin Luther King, right? It was in 1968. It's crazy. We've gone that long, but, you know, it happened. And, you know, when there's violence from a group over something, it's the instinct of a law-abiding American to say, hey, things have gotten out of control here. Let's cool off. But that's not what the left are doing. And if you remember, not only have we not had any liberals come out and call for the toning down from the left, the violent left, since the assassination of Charlie Kirk, what they spend most of their time doing, they do a symbolic thing, oh, it's sad, we're against it. But then they go on to tell you, but Charlie Kirk and his fill-in-the-blank rhetoric. Then, and what the left do, media, leading Democrats, what they're doing when they do that is they're justifying the assassination. When liberals see this attack on a group of senior citizens, Fun Mary here, we call her Fun Mary. She calls herself that. She's so much fun on the cruise, and she's if you've been on the cruise, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? She's has one of those electric, charismatic personalities, and everybody on board the ship gravitates around her. I've never seen anything like this happen. And Fun Mary's always wearing her MAGA gear. The thing with the left, and make no mistake about it, these Antifa are doing the work of the Democrats. They're one and the same. Don't let them try to distance themselves, because they are doing the work of the Democrats. And the left feel totally justified in all of the violence that they commit against conservatives. They tell us that we're the dictators, we're the fascists, we're the tyrants, when they're the ones going out there like stormtroopers in 1933 Munich. And they do this any opportunity that they can. And got to tell you, you go to a turning... See, what they're trying to do is a number of things. But there's a major operation trying to shut down Turning Point USA. I was talking last week. I personally believe that Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes are part of an operation to discredit and try to shut down Turning Point USA on another level. And these attacks at the Turning Point events are to try to frighten people from going and intimidate Turning Point from having them in the future. Now, if you have any thoughts on this, either side, although I don't see how there's two sides to this topic, you're welcome to call. The number is pinned in the live chat. It's toll free, no matter where you are watching. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. Political violence is exclusive to the left. It never stops. They keep saying, most of the violence is from the right. No, it's not. Where's this MAGA violence? Everything we're seeing is the left attacking MAGA, victimizing Republicans, harming Republicans, shooting Republicans, killing Republicans, beating up Republicans, bruising up and attacking senior citizens because they're MAGA Republicans. Where's all this right-wing violence from the right, from MAGA, that they keep talking about? Because it's not out there. But they'll keep saying it. And, a lot of these lefties, they get their information, they get their news from these left-wing sources, and they're like parrots. They're just repeating what they've heard, but they don't understand. Now, this is, those of you that are, if you're just tuning in, a group of people from our MAGA cruise were at the Turning Point USA event at Berkeley last night. This is Fun Mary, who goes, I've lost track. She's been on a lot of our cruises. She'll be on the next one, too. She has a twin sister. She's very MAGA. She lives in the San Francisco Bay Area. She went to the Turning Point event in Berkeley with a group of friends, and including Brad, who is on our cruises as well. You guys know Brad from the cruise that go on our MAGA cruise. Fun Mary and her twin sister were attacked. This is after the attack. They made this video, and they sent it to me this morning. And by the way, I did get permission from them before I posted this. They texted me. Brad texted me this video, and I texted him back. I said, "Do they mind if I show it?" Because they've been through a lot here, and they're lucky to have escaped. If you're on hold, stand by.
We were here in front of UC Berkeley for the Turning Point USA event, and we have been physically assaulted. We had, it's called an Antifa milkshake. They threw it at us. You can see it all over her blouse, all over her face. She actually got hurt. We can't have women being assaulted at a public event, at a public university. We need free speech, and you can't make women feel scared for having a protest, not violent.
Yeah, and isn't that terrible? And paintballs, especially with a senior citizen, if you've ever seen like paintball fights where they go and do these things, they wear helmets and masks and all kinds of gear that you kind of look like Power Rangers with helmets on. Because you can hurt someone pretty serious. You hit them in the eye, in the mouth, in the head. Now, they are okay, but they're bruised up pretty bad. You can see here, and I don't know, when they wake up in the morning, we'll see how those bruises develop. All right, let's take a call or two. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is JP from Texas.
Yeah, JP.
Hey, Brian. Hey, President Trump designated Antifa a terrorist organization, did he not?
I thought that he did. I'm going to double check that. I thought he did, or was he just talking about it?
Well, then I don't understand how such an obvious place for Antifa to show up and victimize more MAGA than a Turning Point USA at Berkeley. Where is the FBI? Where are our agents to protect these people?
They did. Yeah, I did look it up. It was September 22nd. An executive order on September 22nd he signed on Antifa. Well, I wouldn't be so sure that they were not there. You know what the FBI might be doing, as opposed to going in and rounding them up, they might be infiltrating the group to find out.
How about protecting our people there?
Well, let me finish my sentence. The FBI may be there, they're infiltrating the group so they can find out how it operates, how it's funded.
Oh, I see.
And
Okay.
and who the real big leaders are that have the big money that organize these things.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I hope to God that's what's happening.
Yeah. I would imagine
man, well,
so.
Have a great day.
All right, you too, JP.
Thanks.
Yeah. And so and believe me, they're identifying people. And they're working, and there have been quite a bit of quite a few Antifa arrests in the last month or so. We've seen them, not in the last couple of weeks, and that's what leads me to believe that there's an infiltration going on, because what they really want to find are the true organizers. This leaderless movement thing is a bunch of nonsense. Everybody knows this. It's being funded very well by people, and there's an entire infrastructure that not only funds it but organizes it and supplies it. You see at a lot of these events, they show up with things in box trucks and drop them off wherever they operate. So that would be my guess, much like the FBI infiltrated a lot of the mosques and such after 9/11. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, Richie. Yes.
All right. I don't think, you see, I heard his last caller, and I saw what happened to these poor people. And I was watching last night before I went to bed that they were outside. They weren't, it's not Antifa. What you saw, what I saw last night.
The people that were there told me it was Antifa. They texted me and told me it was Antifa, and they're the ones that got attacked. There were other groups too.
I understand.
There were other groups too.
Yeah,
but Antifa was there.
Gay, there were lesbians. There were gays. There was everything. When the college students.
But this attack here was Antifa, Richie. I talked to them this morning when I like 1:30 in the morning, 2:00 in the morning. They were attacked by Antifa.
Antifa is in total black uniforms. That's their calling card. What I saw fighting.
Yeah, but you didn't see the whole thing, and these are the people that were there.
No, I know that. But what I'm trying to say to you is that this is far more than Antifa. This is college students that have been told by professors that
no, Richie, hold on a second. January 6th, okay, the people that broke in to the Capitol building, broke the glass and got everything going, was a mix. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, FBI,
all of that.
and such. So there's a coalition of sorts of different groups. But no matter which group it is, they're all working for the Democrats to bring down MAGA.
That's what I'm saying. You got to, but it's not just working. I believe that these college students in Berkeley, especially that area, they're taught every day that we're fascists, that we're Hitler,
That's
that
right.
Trump's Hitler. We're fascists. Mm-hmm. We're fascists, and they start with that. These people are coming to our college and they're fascists. We have to stop them. This is what's going on in this whole country.
Correct.
Here. It's these college professors. It's the students. It's the people. They need what they basically got to do is they're going to start taking them all in and fill the jails full. But they're not going to do that in California. California is a freak show, and that's what attacked our people.
Listen. This was a pretty big Turning Point USA event. I promise you
I
that there were federal agents and that they are infiltrating these groups. I promise you.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I'm not disputing you. I'm trying to say that this is going on for so long. I can't even remember during the Black Lives Matter when the senior citizens were sitting in McDonald's and they were intimidated, and people.
Now, hold on, Richie. I answer these other lines that are coming. Yeah, no, this is it.
It's a total intimidation upon everybody.
If you notice, the left in the deep state, in the Never Trumpers, almost all of their focus is on destroying Turning Point. Whether it's Tucker and Nick Fuentes, Antifa,
100%.
and these liberal groups, their main purpose is to destroy and collapse Turning Point. They want them to stop having events, and they want it to go away. That's their primary focus. Yeah. That's why they assassinated Charlie Kirk.
I agree with you 100%. May I bring something? Can I just bring?
Well, let me
something
see
up
what it
that
is.
I
Maybe
really
later. Maybe later, because I don't want to get. What is it? Maybe later you can call back.
I think it's related. I think it's related to this.
We'll see.
I think you got Congress people that are in Congress that are actually egging these people on.
Absolutely.
And they're part of the problem.
Yes.
Like Omar. Omar. I mean, she is one of the worst. I mean, how long is this going to go on?
Well, it's what President Trump says. Here you got Ilhan Omar, not from the third world. She's from a country that's in anarchy, and she's over here telling us how we're going to run ours. Give me a break. All right, Richie, I'm going to move on, but you know, Richie gets to call back during the radio show. He's the only caller that has the 2-call golden ticket. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Doc from Texas.
Hey, hold on, Texas. I want to answer these other lines. All right, go on, Texas. What's on your mind?
Good morning. How are you?
All right.
All right. Hey, one thing I want to say. I was looking this morning and yesterday what Trump was saying about the air traffic controllers and how y'all need to get back to work. Y'all need to get back to work. You're not paying these people, and you actually think they're gonna come to work and you're not paying them?
They are. Like police officers and firefighters, even more necessary all of the time. And for them to abandon their post with plain, they are getting paid. When they left their post, when they left their post, they are putting people's lives at risk. Thousands of people, maybe millions of people's lives at risk.
Why didn't Trump find the money?
Listen, I'm not going to sit around. I'm not going to have. We've had this discussion for a month. It's been settled because of Schumer. If you don't get it by now, you'll never get it. All right? Enough. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ohio.
Yes.
My name is George A.
All right, Ohio. What's on your mind?
I just want to know why is there so much hate with Puerto Ricans? Why a lot of MAGA supporters decide they want to hate on Puerto Ricans when
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Who's hating on Puerto Ricans? Our MAGA cruise in March, we're going to Puerto Rico.
No, because Turning Point wants to not even let Bad Bunny sing his music when he's not even...
Oh, Bad Bunny? Is that his name? Bad Bunny? No, they didn't say he can't sing his music. He is he is Puerto Rican indeed, which makes him, sadly, an American citizen. He is encouraging an insurrection against federal agents, ICE agents. So he is encouraging resistance of ICE agents, which is really criminal. And when you have things going on, it's not about Puerto Ricans. I know you'd like to turn it into Puerto Ricans. It's about some liberal jerk who's got a very large following of Spanish-speaking people who's inciting possible violence because he wants to get some more downloads on Spotify.
No, that's not true. He made the numbers without having bring politics in it.
Yeah, but he's
The numbers don't lie.
but he's political now. He's gotten political by encouraging
No, he
resistance of
hasn't.
ICE.
He's actually making a movement.
A movement.
to
Well,
what
that's
has been
a
known-
movement of what? Resisting ICE.
Oh, no, not resisting ICE. As a matter of fact, ever since 1948.
Listen,
the
I don't
the
care.
law
Why do we
of
have
Montana-
someone speaking Spanish at our Super Bowl? You sing in English at the Super Bowl, not in Spanish.
There has been. He's been in the Super Bowl already speaking in Spanish.
Playing at the halftime?
Jennifer Lopez was in it.
Jennifer
Yes,
Lopez
yes.
is different. Jennifer Lopez sings in
different?
English. She sings in English. Little Spanish here and there, but she sings in English. Yeah.
So why were you saying that when he already played the Super Bowl? Because he was already
Because
in
back
another
then he
Super Bowl.
wasn't encouraging resistance of federal agents in a time of turmoil in this country. Don't you get it? All right, take care. What's happened to Ohio? I'm from Ohio originally. That's not an Ohio accent. What's happened to my Ohio? Oh, my goodness. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay. All right. If you're on hold, hang in there. I want to remind you guys, this pre-show is being brought to you by Mike Lindell at MyPillow. And you guys have really been supporting Mike Lindell these past couple of months. And after the first of the year, I'm hoping to be able to make this permanent with this early show and all the extras that I'm doing here on the program, sponsored by Mike Lindell. So do your Christmas shopping. Go to MyPillow.com, support Mike Lindell, use my promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, so he knows you're coming from me, so I can get him to continue his sponsorship and hopefully get him to agree to a year-long sponsorship of this early show after the first of the year. We'll be right back.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest 3-in-1 sale ever with a limited edition product, a back-in-stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our MyPillow bed sheets, only $29.88. Any color, any style, any size, even kings, regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. How about our My Towels? They're finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first time and the only time ever, get our limited edition premium My Pillows. They're made with Giza cotton and designer gusset. Queen $17.98, Kings only $19.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
On the line, we have Bruce. Bruce is a client of Jupiter Joe Thomas. He heard me talking with Joe Thomas about annuities and what a great deal they are, and he went in with his wife, and now he's a client. Hey, Bruce, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Brian.
So tell me about your experience with Jupiter Joe Thomas.
A fine gentleman. We sat down with Joe, and we explained everything to him, and we brought all our information, and he worked everything out great.
The cool thing about annuities is your money's never at risk. You're guaranteed a revenue stream for the rest of your life, but there's a bonus, really a signing bonus, where you can make a boatload of money before you even leave Joe Thomas's office. Can you talk a little bit about that, Bruce?
Well, that's where I was surprised when we sat down. We talked about the bonuses, and to my amazement, it was 10%, and there was even another one that's bigger.
Wow, that's amazing. So you made 10% on your money before you even got back in your car.
Yeah, it was more than that, but it was great.
Listen, guys, do what Bruce did. Give Jupiter Joe Thomas a call. You can set up a free consultation either on the phone or in the office, and Joe Thomas will put together a custom proposal just for you. His number is 561-743-0999. 561-743-0999 and online at jupiterjoe.com. All right, Bruce, thanks so much.
All right, thank you, Brian.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian. If you're just tuning in, some of our listeners went to the Turning Point event in Berkeley last night and were attacked by Antifa. Those of you that go on our cruise our MAGA crews. You all know Fun Mary. Fun Mary went with her twin sister to the Turning Point event. This is her in the red shirt. And this video was sent to me by Brad, who also goes on our cruises. Watch. She was attacked by Antifa. Senior citizen attacked by Antifa.
We were here in front of UC Berkeley for the Turning Point USA event, and we have been physically assaulted. We had, it's called an Antifa milkshake. They threw it at us. You can see it all over her blouse, all over her face. She actually got hurt. You know, we can't have women being assaulted at a public event, at a public university. We need free speech, and you can't make women feel scared for having a protest, not violent.
Yeah, boy, you see the bruises? All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Ohio.
No, it's one call per day. You already called.
Oh, it's one call per day. Okay.
Yeah, call me tomorrow. You can call me. You can call me. You can call me on the next show. Not again today. Not again on this show. Okay. All right. Take care. If you're on hold, hang in there. I have one piece of video that I cannot play on the radio because of the language, and so I want to play this now in the pre-show. This is just insane. This is a UK patriot trying to save Great Britain from the invasion. And the guy if you're watching with the green wall behind me, to see and hear all the video and audio and see the images I share, you have to go to my main stream. The direct link to my main live stream is in the description of the video. Okay, click that, it'll take you right there. The younger guy with the sunglasses and the bald head, he's the patriot trying to save the United Kingdom from the invasion of illegals that have taken over their country. And he's talking to this elderly gentleman who's a flaming liberal lunatic. And I can't play this on the radio because of the language. But listen.
Do you know how many countries they've had to bypass to get here?
And let me tell you, mental illness among liberals is not exclusive to liberals in the United States. It's a global phenomenon. Listen to this liberal idiot.
Do you know how many countries they've had to bypass to get here and land in a small town like Crowborough?
Yeah.
How many?
Loads.
Were those countries they bypassed safe?
Possibly. Each country should take their fair share.
Do you not think we've taken our fair share already?
I don't know. I don't know the numbers.
We've had the sexual assault of a 14-year-old girl from an illegal migrant. We've also had an innocent man murdered by an Afghan migrant who come over here illegally via a lorry. What would it take for you to think, actually, I don't want these unvetted men here? What's it going to take for you to wake up?
I mean, there are offenders in every society. Are you saying that, out of the people here, none of them has ever committed an offence?
I doubt there's many murderers or rapists amongst that crowd. What's it going to take for you to say, I don't want these migrants here? Yeah. Have you got children?
I've got children.
What would you do if one of these migrant men raped your child? Would you change your stance?
That's a bit of a silly question.
Oh, no. It's far from a silly question. If one of those migrant men in that army barracks raped your child, would you change your stance? Be honest, sir.
Well, I wouldn't blame the fact that they're a refugee, that they raped my child.
He's not a refugee. He's an illegal migrant that's come to the country for economical gain, and he's raped your child. Would you change your stance then?
No, I wouldn't politicise it.
Wow. We're talking about your child being raped, and you're kind of making excuses for them. 600 illegal migrant men are being housed in that army barracks. Let's just say one of them is a rapist. Are you willing to take the risk?
This is all purely hypothetical,
Well, answer it hypothetically then. Would you take the risk knowing that one of those 600 men was a rapist that could rape your child? Yes or no?
How many rapists and
yes or no?
How many rapists
yes or no?
Sexual offenders live in Crowborough?
You're part of the problem, mate.
No.
You can't even answer a straightforward question. Would you risk a rapist living in your community if you knew that the chances are high that one of them is a rapist? Would you want to put your children in that kind of danger?
What, is he a historical rapist or a potential rapist?
He's just raped your daughter in front of you.
Well, then
will you object to refugees then?
No,
refugees.
To him, I would expect the police to come and arrest him.
Fucking imbeciles like this man are being ferried in and...
Yeah.
Do you know how...
You can see why I can't play that on the radio. I agree with that. Effing imbecile. I mean, that is just complete lunacy. Oh, my goodness. All right. If you're on hold, hang in there. Let me check the time. Okay, we got some time. The number is toll-free 888-465-2631. Somebody in the live chat asked, are groceries cheaper yet? And I'm so glad you asked that. I'm gonna bring this up later on the show on the radio, but let me bring this up now for the first time. Yeah, DoorDash. According to DoorDash, grocery prices on breakfast items have dropped 14% in the last 6 months since you asked. This is DoorDash reporting. That's right. DoorDash analysis, variety of goods see price decreases compared to 2024, thanks to the liberal loon who asked that. I wasn't going to get into this until later in the show, but I'll bring it up again. This is in Breitbart. A DoorDash analysis published Monday that's yesterday, found that a number of key goods, including breakfast staples, computers and accessories, toys and outdoor equipment, have declined in price since 2024. Yeah, there you go. The DoorDash Breakfast Basics Index, which includes 3 eggs, a glass of milk, a bagel, and an avocado, is down 14% since March, and roughly 1.7% over a 12-month period, including in September 2025. In March, the National Breakfast Index registered at $5.07 nationally and was brought down to $4.35 in September. And if you pull this up, this is from DoorDash's official Twitter. This is DoorDash's official Twitter, okay? Good morning, lower prices. From DoorDash's first ever State of Local Commerce report, our Breakfast Basic Index, including the cost of breakfast grocery goods, is down 14% since March. So there you have it. Food. Thank you, President Trump. Food prices are going down. Sorry. By the way, to the liberal loon who asked that in the chat room, thanks for asking. Gave me an opportunity to bring it up a little early. Oh, my goodness. You better get some updated talking points. Now that Trump has solved that issue, they'll have to find another talking point to try to trash Trump with. I tell you, these liberals, they never give up, do they? No. Nope. I do have a lot to cover on the program today. President Trump did an incredible interview that aired on Laura Ingraham. I'm going to go through quite a bit of that on the program this morning, and a lot of other topics as well. And by the way, all these stories that I cover, they're all on my X, Brian Craig Show on X. When I read or see something that I might talk about on the program, I just post it to my X, Brian Craig Show on X. So if you want to verify any of the information I share, just go to my X and you'll see everything there, Brian Craig Show. And you can read through the stories. But this grocery prices on breakfast items dropping 14% in the last 6 months, that is from DoorDash and the official DoorDash X. So that's not even like a political outlet. There you go. Yeah, I know. Isn't that something? Yeah, I know. You wouldn't know that watching the news. The news do not want you to know that because they want to continue with their talking point that prices are high when in fact they're not. They're going down, and they're going down all over the place, right? President Trump said the other day, Walmart reported that the Thanksgiving prices are down from last year by quite a bit. I can't remember the exact number he said, so I don't want to say the number in case I'm off a point. Some liberals say, no, they're not. They're only down this much. But things are going incredibly, incredibly well. So if you're just joining us, a group of our listeners that go on our cruises went to the Turning Point event at Berkeley. And those of you that go on the cruise, everyone knows Fun Mary. She goes on our cruises. This is Fun Mary in the red shirt with the American flag cowboy hat. She and her twin sister were attacked by Antifa last night at Turning Point at Berkeley.
We were here in front of UC Berkeley for the Turning Point USA event, and we have been physically assaulted. We had, it's called an Antifa milkshake. They threw it at us. You can see it all over her blouse, all over her face. She actually got hurt. You know, we can't have women being assaulted at a public event, at a public university. We need free speech, and you can't make women feel scared for having a protest, not violent. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Oh, my goodness. She's lucky to get out of there, right? They drew blood. Bruised her up pretty bad, too. And who knows, the next day is when you feel the pain from that stuff. You got the adrenaline going when you're attacked like that, and the bruises and the pains can be worse the next day. They sent me that video late last night for them, early this morning when I got up today. They texted me that video, and I did ask them if I could share it with you guys. But that was most definitely an Antifa attack. I know the media reports it was these other groups. There were a lot of groups there. Okay, yeah, they were shot with paintballs and shoved around and bruised up. And you've seen some of the videos in the news. It's just the grace of God that no one was stomped to death in an event like that. It's very scary. And Richie called earlier, and I was telling him that the left, the Democrats, they've turned almost all of their resources on shutting down Turning Point. They assassinated Charlie Kirk, and now they're trying to intimidate people so that they will not go to the events because they're afraid. Still, the violence and the attacks, even after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, are continuing. Now, if you're on hold, hang in there. We'll be on the radio in a few short minutes, and I don't like to take calls right before the switchover just in case they hit the button by accident and somebody says something that's not radio safe. You know what I mean? So I got to be a little careful. But yeah, the group of them, this is what they texted me some things. They texted me a lot of pictures of. They were very excited to go. And then they were bruised up. This is what they texted me. They were. This is Fun Mary and her twin sister here, and Brad was with them, who goes on the cruises. This is a San Francisco Bay Area MAGA group. They come on all our MAGA cruises. I asked him if they were okay. He said they're bruised up. Fun Mary and her twin sister, you see her in the red. They're bruised up. They were shot at with paintballs, which you can kill someone with. You can really hurt somebody with paintballs. And they were thrown to the ground. They threw senior citizens, old ladies, to the ground after they shot them with paintballs. During the event, he said, this is what Brad wrote. He says, we got separated. He heard the commotion going on outside. They were blowing off fireworks. Wow. It was just a total mess. And, okay, hold on here. Okay, I'm just hearing from Mike. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break and get all set up, and the radio show will be starting in a couple of minutes. I'm Brian. If you're new, make sure that you subscribe, all right? We'll take a quick break and be right back.
This is George Colony. I'm in the real estate business in Fort Lauderdale, Florida with Kai's Real Estate. I've been in business for 6 decades. People often ask me, what's the right time to buy or sell real estate? To tell you the truth, it's always the right time. You just need to have the right advice from the right advisor. You can call me anytime because I answer my phone on the first ring. My number is 954-801-7320. That's my personal cell phone number. And I answer it on the first ring every time. Please give me a call. I'm happy to answer any question that you have. My cell phone number is 954-801-7320.
Are you looking for a gift that lasts a lifetime? One that's personal, powerful, and proudly American-made. At Back 40 Metalworks on Etsy, that's Works, W-O-R-X. They turn ideas into steel. Since 2010, Back 40 Metalworks has been crafting over 200 unique metal art designs, from wildlife and rustic decor to modern wall pieces and custom creations. With more than 30 years of experience working with metal, they know how to shape your vision into something extraordinary. Need a personalized welcome sign for your home? A company logo? A one-of-a-kind Christmas gift? Something for mom or dad on their day? Or any other day of the year? Every piece at Back 40 Metalworks is built to last, indoors or out, and every design tells a story, your story, in steel. Visit the shop online right now, back40metalworks.etsy.com. That's W-O-R-X, and view the inventory. You will be impressed. Back 40 Metalworks BerkeleyMetalworks.etsy.com. They turn ideas into steel. This holiday season, let's make the season brighter together. Little Light is a family resource center dedicated to strengthening, nourishing, and empowering families, sparking a little light for a bright future. They're providing Thanksgiving meal kits for 50 families in Santa Ana, California, filled with all the holiday favorites that bring people together. Your one-time $35 donation helps make it all possible. But don't wait. Go to littlelightfrc.org and help share the joy, the love, and the light this holiday season. That's littlelightfrc.org. Make sure to share the link on all of your social media so your friends can help too. littlelightfrc.org.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Okay, we're going to be on the radio in less than a minute, so if you're on hold, keep hanging in there. I'm going to open up the radio show, do a recap on what I've talked about so far. I'll take some calls, and I got a lot more to cover, too. So if you want to call in, the number's pinned in the live chat. If you're watching on the live stream with the green wall behind me, to see and hear all the audio and video and things I show on screen, you have to go to my main live stream on YouTube. The link is in the description of the video. All right? Stand by, guys. Welcome to the program, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 49 years on the radio. Welcome, one and all. Call us on hold. You all stand by. I've already been taking calls. This is actually kind of like hour number 2, right? Because I started in the 5 o'clock hour on the program taking calls. And you guys can catch the pre-show. Just follow me on YouTube, Brian Craig Show on YouTube, and you can catch the pre-show where I share things I can't play on the radio, okay, because of all kinds of things and restrictions and language. But I have something to report. In particular, those of you who go on our Steve Kane, Brian Craig MAGA cruises, including the one that's coming up in March. Fun Mary, who has been on many of our cruises, and she's the life of the party on our cruises. She will also be on our cruise in March. Fun Mary and her twin sister, along with Brad, who also goes on our cruises, they went to the Turning Point USA event in Berkeley last night, and Fun Mary was attacked by Antifa. And they sent me some video. I'll share a quick little, I'll share the clip. If you watch me on YouTube, you can see the video, but you'll hear them talking in it after the attack. And Fun Mary and her twin sister, they're identical twins. They're senior citizens, okay? They are senior citizens. I'm not going to reveal their exact age, but they're elderly. They were not only attacked by Antifa at the Turning Point USA event, they were shot at with paintballs and hit. They were bruised, bloodied, and shoved to the ground. And they texted me early. See, if you go on the cruise, you get a lot of you guys on the cruise, you get my cell phone number. Brad texted me early this morning, late last night for them, the video of what happened that I've been showing, and it's god awful. And you know what's going on here? She is okay. Just to let you guys know, everybody loves Mary. Everybody knows Fun Mary. She's the life of the party on every ship we're on. And those of you that have been on the cruise, you know what I mean. She turns into the cruise director of the ship. Maybe we'll all have a drink and toast Fun Mary for facing down Antifa at Berkeley on the next cruise. The forces of evil on the left, the never-Trumpers, the Democrats, they're focusing the deep state. They're focusing everything they have on shutting down Turning Point USA. They assassinated Charlie Kirk. That didn't do it. So Turning Point is being attacked on multiple fronts. And I don't know how aware everybody is of this. There's one, I was talking about this last week and over the weekend. Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes are working together as a team to bring down Turning Point USA by discrediting it. Him with his lunacy and Nick Fuentes with this white supremacist identity. Whether or not it's true or not, that's how he's seen. And they're working with the New York Times, knowingly or unknowingly, to discredit Turning Point USA. At the events like the one in Berkeley last night, where Fun Mary was out with her twin sister and Brad from our MAGA cruise, they're attacking still major. It wasn't just Antifa. There were a variety of leftist groups causing mayhem and violence at the Turning Point event to intimidate people from going to future events. The deep state and the left view Turning Point USA as a clear and present danger to them returning the power, and they're trying to shut it down. I'm going to play this video. It's mostly visual, not audio, but I am going to play it. I played this earlier, and so Fun Mary and her identical twin sister, they're senior citizens. They were shot by Antifa with paintballs and hit. They were shot at and hit. And that's a pretty dangerous thing. You know, if you have ever been out with the paintball people, they wear all kinds of protective gear from head to toe, right? They dress up like Power Rangers and put on a helmet with total face protection because paintballs can kill people. So after they were shot at and hit with paintballs by Antifa, bruised, bloodied, and shoved to the ground, they made a little video.
We were here in front of UC Berkeley for the Turning Point USA event, and we have been physically assaulted. We had, it's called an Antifa milkshake. They threw it at us. You can see it all over her blouse, all over her face. She actually got hurt. We can't have women being assaulted at a public event, at a public university. We need free speech, and we can't make women feel scared for having a protest, not violent. Yes. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and that full video you can see on my X, Brian Craig Show on X. Gateway Pundit reporting, bloody fight breaks out near Turning Point USA event at Berkeley as Antifa terrorists turn gathering into war zone. The San Francisco Gate headline, violence breaks out at Turning Point USA event at UC Berkeley campus. Multiple people were taken into custody Monday evening outside of an event at the University of California, Berkeley. On the final stop, this is the San Francisco Gate, okay, so San Francisco liberal writers. On the final stop of a controversial college tour. What's controversial? This tour is continuing a tour that was begun by Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated by the deep state and the left and the Never-Trumpers for putting this very tour on. This is a part of the same tour that Charlie Kirk was at in Utah. On the final stop of a controversial college tour for Turning Point USA, a conservative advocacy group whose founder, Charlie Kirk, was fatally shot at a tour stop at a campus in Utah 2 months ago. Boy, how mild. Yeah, he was shot. He was assassinated by the same people that attacked Fun Mary at the event last night. Turning Point has them freaked out. They've lost the youth vote. They see no way to get it back, and they are doing everything in their power to break up this movement. And it's very important to support Turning Point USA. It's more important than we realize. It really is. And I know you're saying, well, I know how important it is. When you see the Never-Trumpers assassinating the leader of Turning Point USA and then turning their thugs loose at every Turning Point event, it's more important than we realize. They view Turning Point USA as the future of MAGA, stopping them from returning to power. So Turning Point deserves all the help that you can give and support. I'm not going to recommend that people go to the Turning Point events because it's dangerous. You have to make that decision on your own. It's dangerous because of these never-Trumpers, the deep state, and the leftist. But it is indeed dangerous. All right. If you're on hold, stand by. We're going to take our first break. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 49 years on the radio. I want to tell you guys, there's no better place to do your Christmas shopping than MyPillow.com with our promo code Kane at checkout. There's huge specials going on, huge specials site-wide, and also there's free shipping on orders that equal $100 or more. And you've heard me a lot talk about this early pre-show I'm doing. That is all sponsored by MyPillow. And to continue that sponsorship, you need to use our promo code Kane and let them know. So after the first of the year, I'm hoping to be able to make that a permanent deal for the early show each and every weekday morning that I'm doing here. So please go to MyPillow.com, do all your Christmas shopping. And I'll tell you, with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, when you give the gift of anything from MyPillow, whether it's the slippers or the pillows or whatever it is, the towels, whatever it is, the mattresses, the mattress toppers, the dish towels, the pet beds, these are gifts that people will remember and keep for years to come. I'm telling you, my wife and I, we give a lot of MyPillow items, not just the pillows themselves, to people. And every time we see them, they tell us, "Oh man, I love those slippers. I love that pillow. I love those sheets." Everything Mike Lindell makes is of high quality. Very high quality. I have all these products. I have bought them all myself, all of them with our promo code Kane, except the first pillow because they weren't with us when I bought that first pillow. And I saw Mike Lindell on TV talking about the pillows for years, and how good can a pillow be? And I knew the first night, and you will too. So go to MyPillow.com, do your shopping with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane at MyPillow.com. We'll take our break and be back. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. I've got a lot to cover, and I'm going to get into this when we get back. I'm going to take some calls when we get back, and I got a few more things to cover as well. Just getting organized here. All right. Yeah, everybody that goes on the cruises knows Fun Mary. Okay. I'm just getting organized, guys. Bear with me. We'll be back in about 90 seconds. I'm going to go over this on the radio. I shared this in the first hour. Look at this. DoorDash is reporting that grocery prices not only are down, but breakfast items have dropped 14%. in the last 6 months. That's right. And they want people to know this so that you'll order, right? They want to, isn't that something? DoorDash, non-political DoorDash, grocery prices have dropped 14% in the last 6 months. Thank you, President Trump. Yeah. Isn't that awesome? We'll be back in just over a minute. If you'd like to call in, the toll-free number is pinned in the live stream. And, I know, that's great news. And if you're watching on the live stream with the green wall behind me to see and hear all the images and video and audio I play, you have to go to my main live stream, which is pinned in the description of the video. Okay, that's my main live stream. Okay, 30 seconds. All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest-running radio show. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Scott. I'm calling from Kansas City.
Hey, Scott. What's up?
Well, let me get some stuff out real fast about the milkshaking incident. Here at UMKC, University of Missouri, Kansas City, I think it was Michael Knowles got milkshaked. While he was giving a speech, and it had toxic materials in it.
Yeah.
It's not a pie in the face.
No, it's not. You can kill somebody.
And I attended UC Berkeley for a semester in a transfer program for my college, spring of 1985. Antifa was there by other name. There's always been a presence of that organization in spirit. It was called Young Spartacus then. They had a very violent, vicious riot there. I think it was 2019.
Yeah.
There was Milo Yiannopoulos who spoke there.
Yeah.
And
I remember.
Out of reaction.
I remember that.
You know that?
Yeah, I remember that. Milo Yiannopoulos, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I took it real personal. They showed where Antifa had gathered as a group beside the old administration building, place I loved. I used to hang out there, eat lunch, and they invaded that space, destroyed a mobile lighting fixture, tore up the windows on the side of the old administration building. Oh, I took it personal.
That's what they
Real
do.
Personal.
That's what they do. They're dangerous. The main focus of the Democrats and the deep state is to shut down Turning Point USA. They view that as their primary focus right now. That's why they assassinated Charlie Kirk, and they're sending their evildoers to every Turning Point event, no matter where it happens. They want to intimidate people and scare them from going.
Well, yeah, they want to turn them away from the college crowd, which that's their people, that's their future.
Yeah.
And Bill Clinton, before he became governor, before he even became the state's attorney general, he used to go and talk to colleges.
Yeah.
When he got back from college himself.
Yeah.
And made a good impression, and he got his voters and his workers.
Yes.
From that college and from colleges.
Well, it's always been an area of, we all know Berkeley, but this isn't exclusive to Berkeley. Remember, they assassinated Charlie Kirk in Utah. So, it's not just Berkeley. Not that would make it right, by the way.
No. By the way, some Antifa character attacked an elderly couple. A guy pulled out a snub nose and shot the son.
Well, we got to be careful with that. All right, I appreciate the call. You take care. Now, this is an amazing story. DoorDash, non-political, just a business. DoorDash, which is, for those, I'm sure everybody knows DoorDash, the home delivery, right? My wife and I, we DoorDash stuff all the time. DoorDash announced, I don't want to say reporting because they're not a news outlet and they're not political. They're just a business that delivers food. DoorDash announced that grocery prices on breakfast items has dropped 14% in the last 6 months. You heard me right. DoorDash is reporting grocery prices on breakfast items have dropped 14% in the last 6 months. The most important meal of the day, too, right? Have you seen that in the news? They don't want you to know that. And, you know, DoorDash, they're just a business trying to make their way, which, by the way, creates a lot of job and income opportunities for people. DoorDash. Any of you guys know any DoorDashers in this audience? I know a lot of DoorDashers. You know, there's a lot of people, they DoorDash, they Uber, they Lyft, they do all three. And there's some other services like that too. They do all of them simultaneously. I don't know how they keep it straight, but they do, hopefully. Sometimes they'll, you know, you don't get your delivery, but they do a good job. And my wife and I, we use DoorDash. We've been using them for years, you know, and it's convenient and nice, but they're not political. So, you know, when DoorDash is announcing, not reporting, announcing that grocery prices on breakfast items have dropped 14% in the last 6 months, that is amazing. It's non-biased. It's not reporting. It's not political. It's just a fact according to their data. And they've got the prices for everything. They include in that, you know, the basics, eggs, milk, all that kind of stuff, the eggs you would have for breakfast. So you leftists out there that are obsessed with these talking points about the food prices, you're going to have to get some updated talking points, because DoorDash is telling us from a completely non-political perspective, DoorDash is announcing a fact that breakfast food items have dropped 14% in the last 6 months. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So, hey, you know, Donald Trump's doing his job. All right, we have got a lot to cover on the program today. I mean, a lot. And we have, I'm going to share some of the clips from Laura Ingram's interview. You know, Laura Ingram, I like her interviews with President Trump, and she asks him the tough questions, and he doesn't mind, right? She asks the liberal talking point questions, and of course, he answers them all and sets the record straight. So I'm going to go through some of that and a whole bunch more. If you're on hold, hang in there. Our number, if you'd like to call in, is toll-free no matter where you are tuned in from, 888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. You know, New Yorkers are moving to Florida in record numbers. They're fleeing New York. We've all seen this, right? So, and what do they want? A place to live. They want to buy your home. They want to buy your condo or rent your property. They're coming. And that's where, of course, George Colony comes in. If you have a rental property, a home to sell, whether it's a single-family home or a condo, whatever it may be, you want to call George Colony. He's a South Florida real estate expert. He knows how to get your home in front of these New York buyers the moment they get to town. Homes across Broward, Palm Beach, and Dade are selling. They're selling fast. They're selling for top dollar. Now is one of the hottest times, maybe the hottest time for Florida real estate right now. Don't wait until the market cools off. Let your property, let your home work for you right now. Call George Colony directly on his cell phone. You can call or text 954-801-7320. 954-801-7320. Also, if you're moving to Florida, call George Colony too. So if you're moving to Florida looking to buy or rent, he can help you too. 954-801-7320. Call him. Find out what your home's worth too. Give him a call. He'll let you know what your home's worth. 954-801-7320. Call George Colony. If you're on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. We'll take our break and be right back.
Are you looking for a gift that lasts a lifetime? One that's personal, powerful, and proudly American made. At Back 40 Metalworks on Etsy, that's Works, W-O-R-X. They turn ideas into steel. Since 2010, Back 40 Metalworks has been crafting over 200 unique metal art designs, from wildlife and rustic decor to modern wall pieces and custom creations. With more than 30 years of experience working with metal, they know how to shape your vision into something extraordinary. Need a personalized welcome sign for your home? A company logo? A one-of-a-kind Christmas gift? Something for mom or dad on their day? Or any other day of the year? Every piece at Back 40 Metalworks is built to last, indoors or out, and every design tells a story, your story, in steel. Visit the shop online right now, back40metalworks.etsy.com. That's W-O-R-X, and view the inventory. You will be impressed. Back40metalworks.etsy.com. They turn ideas into steel.
This is George Colony. I'm in the real estate business in Fort Lauderdale, Florida with Kai's Real Estate. I've been in business for 6 decades. People often ask me, what's the right time to buy or sell real estate? To tell you the truth, it's always the right time. You just need to have the right advice from the right advisor. You could call me anytime because I answer my phone on the first ring. My number is 954-801-7320. That's my personal cell phone number. And I answer it on the first ring every time. Please give me a call. I'm happy to answer any question that you have. My cell phone number is 954-801-7320.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest 3-in-1 sale ever with a limited edition product, a back-in-stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our MyPillow bed sheets, only $29.88. Any color, any style, any size, even kings. Regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. How about our My Towels? They're finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first time and the only time ever, get our limited edition premium My Pillows. They're made with Giza cotton and designer gusset. Queen $17.98, Kings only $19.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
All right, we'll be back on the radio in 1 minute. And when we get back, I want to go over this thing from what the BBC did to President Trump. It's just so disgusting what they did. And gbnews.com, that's GreatBritainNews.com, they're spectacular. I'm going to share this coming up. What they did to our president's just disgusting. Everything that we've done for the UK, and they do this trash, it's because the BBC's their government. And their deep state is our deep state, right? That's right. That's what it is. So we'll be back in about 20 seconds. Stand by. If you're on hold, bear with me. All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest-running radio show. It is chilly. Last time I checked, it was 49 degrees when I went and got coffee this morning. 49 degrees. That's pretty cold, isn't it, for Florida? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's about as cold as we like it, okay? We don't, and just for one day, please. But today will be the day. It gets below 70. All the women in Florida, they get out their boots. So wherever you go today, women will be wearing boots. But I'm wearing my Charlie Kirk memorial sweatshirt. My wife got this for me that I'm wearing now after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And it's a hoodie. And it's a Turning Point hoodie. And it's been too hot to wear it. So this is the first time I've worn it. And what a perfect day after Fun Mary was attacked at the Turning Point event in Berkeley. All right, now I want to get into this story. You've heard the story about how the BBC selectively doctored a video of our great President Trump to make him seem like an insurrectionist. and their two top people with the BBC have lost their jobs. Their director general of the BBC, that sounds like a commie thing, director general, and their executive chief of the news division are both out at the BBC over this. And gbnews.com, they are a great news outlet, greatbritainnews.com. I first learned of them when the president was in Scotland on this most recent trip. And remember when he was holding court and those cool chairs and all the people from Europe were coming to see him and he was having press conferences? One of the reporters was asking great questions. She was with gbnews.com, which I'm assuming is greatbritainnews.com. And I've been following them ever since. They are an incredible news outlet that is fighting to preserve Great Britain. And they did this story on the BBC. I'm going to share this with you, then I'll talk about it. This is gbnews.com on this BBC scandal involving the president.
Well, it's the biggest story in town. It turns out American President Donald Trump was onto something.
Where are you from? BBC. Okay. Here's another beauty. It's a good line. Impartial, free and fair. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
right.
That criticism of the BBC and John Sopel, who was talking to there, apparently was well-founded because the so-called impartial and accurate public service broadcaster is nothing but.
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President...
Because tonight the BBC is facing serious questions over its credibility after the Daily Telegraph exposed a panorama segment that heavily doctored a speech by the American president in 2021, hours before the infamous January the 6th Capitol riot. As you're about to hear, the corporation spliced together two quotes 1 hour apart to make it seem like he encouraged an insurrection.
They played the following clip.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell.
But Trump didn't, in fact, say this at all. The BBC spliced together two clips that took place 54 minutes apart.
Wow.
So let's go through it again.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you.
Now, see there, between Capitol and, that's a cut. Here's what Trump actually said.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
It's different. It wasn't until nearly an hour later that he then said the second part of the BBC's version.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we fight. We fight like hell.
Unbelievable.
That is damning stuff. Now, this, of course, is coming from the holier-than-thou BBC that even has its own so-called fact-checking service named BBC Verify that they claim counters disinformation. Oh, the irony.
Okay. Well, so this is it's pretty bad. What came out
actually
here
said.
But here's the thing. Okay, the BBC obviously is government, right? Government in the UK, owned and run. Our deep state and their deep state is the same deep state. British intelligence works with our deep state. It's the same thing. I don't even know if we really won the American Revolution, meaning, has their deep state and our deep state, have they somehow controlled us? And we just didn't know it all these decades, right? British intelligence is what was cited for the fake WMDs in Iraq, remember, that they sold us the war on? We were talking about that last week on the program when Dick Cheney passed away, right? The British intelligence is what said there were WMDs in Iraq. British intelligence is where the fake Russia dossier came from. Well, who knows what else they've gotten us into? But this is a deep state op, and everything that's going on here, the BBC, it might as well be Brennan here with Clapper. It's the same people. Okay? Make no mistake about it. Their deep state and our deep state are the same. Jessica Tarloff on the 5 went to the London School of Economics. Bill Clinton went to Oxford. Mayor Pete went to Oxford. What do you think all these people... Who goes to these schools in England? What kind of Americans? Deep state people. CIA people. The London School of Economics? Who does that? Right. These are deep state operatives that are infiltrating, and it shows the connection between the two. And everything they're doing, they're still working. You know, there's an indictment that's expected any day of Brennan. It's been reported. There's been some federal prosecutors here in Florida that have resigned because they know the indictments are coming. They don't want anything to do with it. And some people are saying, well, the statute of limitations has passed. No, this is an ongoing event, an ongoing crime that continues even still today. You know, this event I was talking about with Fun Mary being attacked by Antifa, that's the same people that are behind the dossier, behind this BBC event. Don't you understand? It's all one big operation against the president and against MAGA. All right. Our number is 888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian Craig. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, that's me. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm from Lake Worth.
All right, Lake Worth.
You know, you could say that the British own the USA. That's perfectly fine. But the minute you say Israel owns USA, now you're anti-Semitic. Why is that?
Because that is driven by anti-Semitism. I'll give you an example, okay? Marjorie Taylor Greene, who the president, I'm going to get to this later, had some choice words about yesterday at the White House. Marjorie Taylor Greene and others like Tucker talk about America first. What's all this with Israel, right? You hear that a lot? Why are we supporting Israel if we're America first? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. These so-called America First people that I say are anti-Semitic, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Tucker Carlson, you and others, what other countries have you heard Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson say we should have no involvement with?
We should have no involvement in any...
No. What other country by name have you heard Tucker and Marjorie Taylor Greene say we should have no involvement in?
I can't say.
Yeah, you can't say. That's right, because they only talk about Israel. They hide behind the America First thing, but they hate Jews. They don't like Jews. That's it. If they were like, hey, why do we still have bases in Japan, in Germany? Why are we still involved with military operations with Canada, with France, with England? I never hear them complain about our involvement with other countries other than Israel. These America First people.
We give so much more money to Israel than any other country.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. See, it's always back to Israel. We give money to all these countries. And that's the difference, see? That's the difference. Now, you know, if these people were isolationist and say we should have no relations with any other country in the world and talked about it, it'd be a whole nother thing. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, okay. I guess they chickened out. But see the difference? I don't hear them say, okay, we should be isolationist and not have anything to do with any other country. We are giving money to countries all over the world, boatloads of money around the world. I only hear them talk about Israel. Ukraine is another matter because there's a war situation going on there. That's a different matter. But, yeah. That's it. So and when their focus is solely on Israel, that's the focus solely on Jews. That's the proof that they're not America First people, they're anti-Jewish people. See the difference? I know it's hard to understand for some people, and you know, like the last guy who wants to continue to go back to the same thing. Now, after the next break, I'm going to start going through some of the Laura Ingraham interview, which was fantastic. I do want to share one thing here before we go to the break. Candace Owens the other day posted some text messages from Charlie Kirk. And I didn't comment on these text messages because I needed some more reporting done first. But over the weekend, a lot of internet sleuths were saying that they were fake, that they were created on, AI or something. And then Candace Owens on her podcast yesterday actually showed the text on her actual phone.
Here we go. I found it. There we go. A little bit of typos. There we go. Okay, here we go, guys. Just to show you this, just looked it up on my phone. These are not made up text messages. You probably want to see the date here and see the time sliding. Hold on. We did not make up these messages. Okay. Iron sharpens iron. It's not a dominance partnership. Each hand.
Okay, so she showed on her phone with the times and everything, all these things. This is why I put nothing in writing. And I'll give you an example. Like today, that video was texted to me by Brad from the cruise of the Fun Mary attack. Okay, and he wrote me in a lot of detail. Okay, so he wrote me. He told me what happened. He sent me the video. Are they okay? I wrote. He wrote me back. I said, before or after event. And then I sent him the video, and I said, I'm sorry, I messaged him about the video that he sent me. I said, is it okay to show this on the program today? And he said, they said okay. And I wrote back, awesome, thanks. My text messages are short and sweet, 1 or 2 words, rarely more than 2 words. In this instance, because I was concerned about Fun Mary, if she was okay, there were a couple of more words there. But my text messages are short and sweet. I'm looking, Tom Laporta and I from Laporta Roofing, we were texting. He was sending me some stuff. Here, he was sending me something. I wrote nice. He sent me something else. I'm only sharing what I wrote. And I said, he thanked me for something. I said, anytime. Then this was another conversation. He said something, and I said, thanks. Then he wrote me something yesterday during the show, and I wrote back, very true. I write very short things, and I'll tell you one thing I don't like. This is not exclusive to Candace Owens. I don't like people saving text messages. I find it a violation, and I've seen people, and this really just, I don't like it. I've seen people or have heard of people and have known of people who I have text messaged like years ago who go around and they'll say, oh, look, Brian Craig texted me, and it's something from like 5 years ago. I clear out my text all the time. The only reason I keep a text is if there's some information like a phone number or an address I want to remember. I'll take a screenshot of the address or the phone number, maybe. And even if I even do that, this thing of people keeping text message conversations for weeks, months, and years, and then showing them, I find that such a violation. It's just, I don't like it. That's why all of my texts are pretty much 1 or 2 word answers, not very incomplete sentences. I just don't like it because of things like this. And, when something's in writing, I've always been resistant to text. I don't really enjoy emails. I have to do some emails for business purposes. I keep those short and sweet too. I don't know where I learned this from. I don't know who taught me this or if I picked it up on my own, but I learned when I was very young, don't put anything in writing. And when people keep text messages, like Candace Owens, I guess she has every text message her and Charlie Kirk have ever had with one another. So she's got years of content. In text messages, when things are in writing like this, context is lost. What's going on is lost. What's going on in the world is lost. What's going on that day and time is lost. Context is lost. And I find it a personal violation. That's just me. I don't know how you all feel. All right, we'll take our last break of this hour. We got a lot more to cover. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this. All right. I mean, what do you guys think about the text messages? I do not like it at all. I don't like it at all. Let me see, where am I going to go next? Oh man, yeah, I do not like people keeping the text. I think it's really crappy thing to do. I always have. I really have. Okay, we'll be back shortly. Let me see the time. Okay, we'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. We'll be back in 2 minutes. So I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
This is George Colony. I'm in the real estate business in Fort Lauderdale, Florida with Kai's Real Estate. I've been in business for 6 decades. People often ask me, what's the right time to buy or sell real estate? To tell you the truth, it's always the right time. You just need to have the right advice from the right advisor. You could call me anytime because I answer my phone on the first ring. My number is 954-801-7320. That's my personal cell phone number. And I answer it on the first ring every time. Please give me a call. I'm happy to answer any question that you have. My cell phone number is 954-801-7320.
Are you looking for a gift that lasts a lifetime? One that's personal, powerful, and proudly American made. At Back 40 Metalworks on Etsy, that's Works, W-O-R-X. They turn ideas into steel. Since 2010, Back 40 Metalworks has been crafting over 200 unique metal art designs, from wildlife and rustic decor to modern wall pieces and custom creations. With more than 30 years of experience working with metal, they know how to shape your vision into something extraordinary. Need a personalized welcome sign for your home? A company logo? A one-of-a-kind Christmas gift? Something for mom or dad on their day? Or any other day of the year? Every piece at Back 40 Metalworks is built to last, indoors or out, and every design tells a story, your story, in steel. Visit the shop online right now. Back40metalworks.etsy.com. That's W-O-R-X. And view the inventory. You will be impressed. Back40metalworks.etsy.com. They turn ideas into steel.
All right, we will be back in 20 seconds. All right, we're back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Florida's longest running radio show on this chilly Veterans Day. So Laura Ingraham did a very good interview with the president last night, and I want to play some of it. This is the president. She's asking about Chuck Schumer and the shutdown.
He thought he could break the Republicans, and the Republicans broke him. But he did think that we have good policy, they have bad policy. And there's something, I don't know if it's Trump derangement or they're just crazed. They're like crazed lunatics. But, we have just great policy. We have good people. They have some good people, too. I know a lot of Democrats. They're not all crazy. They're not all. But you have some that are absolutely terrible. I look at this Crockett. This is a very low IQ person. And I look at somebody that comes from Somalia where they don't have anything. They don't have police. They don't have military. They don't have anything. All they have is crime. And she comes in and tells us how to run our country. The Constitution says this, the Constitution. The whole thing is crazy. I feel badly because I've known Chuck Schumer. I knew him when he was a person who loved Israel, and now he's a Palestinian. He's become a Palestinian. And it's amazing. I've never seen a politician change so much. Also, he doesn't have, he was a pretty talented guy. He's lost his talent.
Okay. So, if you're on hold, stand by. Let me talk about this for a second. You look at the two political parties. Our Republican Party, which is the MAGA movement, right? The party is now a MAGA party led by our favorite president, Donald Trump. What are both parties trying to accomplish? You see what President Trump is doing, right? They took out more cartel people, taking down the drug cartels, protecting American citizens, getting the economy back on track, grocery prices down dramatically, according to DoorDash, sending each of us $2,000. All these things, making America great again for Americans. What's the Democrat platform right now? You know what it is? Survival of the party, no matter what. It's not a functioning political party. Not just because they lost on this government shutdown. They have no agenda or platform. The party is about to fade away. And are they truly representative of anyone anymore? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, my name's Baxter.
Where are you calling from, Baxter?
Coming from Mississauga, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. All right, Oklahoma. What's on your mind?
Yes, sir. So, sorry, that was my cat.
Mm-hmm.
He's really fat.
Yeah.
So with the text messages, you're talking about context and whatnot. What context do you think would be needed to explain some of that?
I'll give you an example, okay, away from politics to illustrate it and the news, okay? You listening?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a television show that I'm a big fan of. It's a Canadian sitcom that's over 20 years old. It's called Corner Gas. Any of our Canadians out there, Corner Gas? And I found this show like 6-7 months ago. I watch it every night before bed. I've seen every episode probably 20 times. It's called Corner Gas. Sorry. Are you okay? Are you high? I'm trying to have a conversation, but if you're going to be stupid, I'll just do this without you on the line.
Oh, no, you said 6-7. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
You said it's a show from Canada?
It's a show from Canada that was on television about 20 plus years ago. And there's this one episode where the main character, he tells everybody he's going on vacation. And he's going to go to Aruba, he's going to go to Spain and some other destinations. And then it's a comedy, it's a sitcom, kind of like Seinfeld. It's called Corner Gas. And he's sitting in a lawn chair in front of the gas station he owns with his eyes closed, dressed in vacation gear, fantasizing that he's on vacation. And everybody treats him as if he's on vacation, and he sends postcards. Now, that is a take on something called a staycation, right? You know what a staycation is?
Unfortunately.
Okay, a staycation. But back in 2001, 2002, or 2003, whenever this episode was made, it was new. Nobody really knew what a staycation was. So you see this now, and you may, I don't understand. This isn't funny. This is so stupid. What's going on? It was a play on staycation context. Okay? So when you take a conversation, especially a written one, and it's from yesterday or 6 years ago, there's no context as to what was being said and why, what was going on, what happened. So context is important. And in written communication, when you're reading something, you can imply all kinds of context, none of which may be the actual context in which it was written.
Right. No, I do agree.
Like I give you an example. There's no, you could take a text message where somebody said that person is a mother effer. Oh my goodness, that person said their mother. Well, how do you know that they didn't, do something the day before or that day, and it was 5 years ago? It may not mean anything now, but then it did, right? Context. But it doesn't sound like you have a lot of interaction with people other than your cat. So conversations and context is probably something you're not too familiar with, right?
Is this the part of like your Greg gut-filled thing? I was being respectful to you. That kind of came out of left field. I hope your audience caught that.
Yeah, they caught it. They caught it. You have a lot of interactions with people other than your fat cat?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, not to derail from the conversation.
This is part of the conversation.
You want to go into insults. And
No.
I'm staying on topic. When we're talking
yeah.
about the Kirk chat, what about the donors talk? Because I understand with context, like someone calls someone a name, sure, context is needed. But we're talking about him being what he thought was being bullied by donors for the pro-Israel.
Yeah, but maybe the next day. But see, dead men tell no tales, right? Dead men tell no tales. He's dead. So who knows? Maybe he found out later that afternoon that his suspicions were unfounded. We'll never know. Because
that is true. We will never know, but it's very suspicious.
And she's only sharing text messages that fit her agenda. Listen, I'm out of time for the hour, so I got to run. I'll let you get back to your fat cat, all right? Take care. All right. We'll take our break for the top. The rest of you on hold, stand by. My name is Brian Craig. This is The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. When we get back, I got a lot more to cover. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after our top-of-the-hour break. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, context. Context is everything. You have no idea what's going on at any particular day and time. I do not like this idea of reading text messages and saving text messages. You ever been mad and said something? Of course you have. We all have. Did you mean it? Maybe. Maybe not. How many times have you been really angry and said something to your friend or your spouse that you didn't mean? Everybody's done that. People say things in anger. Alexa, play True Oldies FLA.
True Oldies KOOL-FM from TuneIn.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, play True Oldies FLA. Alexa, stop. I've got an Alexa in every room. Alexa, stop. Alexa, play True Oldies FLA.
True Oldies KOOL-FM from TuneIn. True Oldies KOOL-FM on TuneIn.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, enable skill. Alexa, True Oldies FLA.
True Oldies KOOL-FM.
Alexa, stop. I can't get Alexa to play our radio station. I tried several different ways. We'll be back in just over a minute. If you're on hold, hang in there. Less than a minute, we'll be back. No, it usually plays with that. It usually plays with that. That's why I'm not, because I listen to the radio station on my device all the time. I'll wait till I get off the air. See this Trump derangement? I mean, they don't even like the way you talk to Alexa. Hour number 2 has begun. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Welcome back, everyone. If you're on hold, stand by. We got a lot to cover. I haven't even scratched the surface of my show prep today, and I will recap the stories from earlier as well. But I'll take a call or two first. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Kara, and I'm from Beaumont, Texas area.
All right. Kara in
Anyway.
Texas. Kara in Texas. What's on your mind?
Yes. Well, first of all, I was going to say, I'm so glad that we didn't have cell phones. See, I'm almost 60, so I'm glad we didn't have cell phones back in my 30s because there's no telling what I might have texted
Oh, my
somebody in the
goodness.
middle of the night.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway.
Tell me about it.
Just play it.
Tell me
anyway,
about
I was good. I wanted to talk about Israel because I love Israel. And my grandparents and my mother, everybody in my family has always loved Israel. I mean, we're from Texas, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is it's not the people of Israel, because we love them, but they have a deep state, I believe, just like we do. I think, I'm pretty sure they're all the same. Even in Britain, I think they're all the same. I'm like you. I think they're all the same people.
Yeah.
I don't know who
So
they
what do
are.
you...
So to us, well, I mean, there was that ship incident or whatever that they
Oh, my
blamed on
goodness.
Israel. I don't know.
Back in what? The Liberty? What year was?
Or something.
Yeah. Okay. So okay.
But no,
so
I'm just saying-
that was before
I'm
I
saying,
was
like, we're
alive.
fighting-
Do you have anything in this century that's more recent than 60 years
No.
ago?
No, but listen to what I'm saying to you. It's not, I'm not talking about the people of Israel. Okay, just like it's a deep state. You know what I mean? Like there's somebody pulling the strings over there, because why wouldn't they? They're in every single country.
Every country that we're allied with has intelligence services.
You think that's who they are, though? The intelligence services? I mean, is that?
Well,
the
I
deep
don't
state?
think
Like,
I don't think that the Israeli intelligence service is trying to undermine us.
Yeah, I don't think that either.
Anti-Semites do.
Uh,
I mean, they believe Jews are responsible for everything. And so
Well,
far as the
I mean-
Liberty was a friendly fire incident that happened like 60 years ago. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like over in Israel, don't Jewish people and Christians and Muslims, don't they all live together happily over there?
Yeah, but it is the Jewish state for Jews.
I know, but I'm just saying that there are other people there that they all love each other, right? I mean, we're just all people. We're God's people.
No,
We
they
love
don't.
each
No,
other.
they don't. They just had a war that just was over with Gaza. They don't all love each other over there. They're, they
No, I'm saying,
no.
well, they love us, right? When we go over there, like I'm saying, they love us when we go over there to visit and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They treat us well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's why I love them, because I was raised to love them. You know what I mean? As a people.
Well, what I'm telling
but-
you is this, okay? To focus in. When you hear Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I'll throw in Candace Owens, when you say, we're not anti-Semitic, we're just America first, and why are we involved with this country? We're involved with I don't know how many countries, but I only hear them talking about Israel.
Yeah.
They don't want us to cut off all our relationships with the UK or France or Germany.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I don't listen to them, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't listen to them. They're a bunch of talking heads, and they all get paid from somewhere, and they're not getting paid by us.
Everybody
And
gets
so
paid
that's
from
why-
somewhere. I mean, you get paid, I get paid, everybody gets. I don't know what that means.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm saying that I don't agree with the whole anti-Semitic thing. Okay, because I'm not anti anything. I love everybody, and I was raised to love Israel, and I do love Israel. They got some awesome stuff they sell over there. And anyway, they just got
All right.
beautiful.
Well, listen, I'm gonna
anyway.
move on, but I appreciate the call. Welcome to the show. All right, make sure you tune in again on another day. Before I get back to the main issues of today, are any of you guys familiar with Stephanie Miller, liberal radio host Stephanie Miller? I had forgotten about Stephanie Miller. I've not heard that name in a long, long time. I know she. I didn't even know she was still around. She used to fill in a lot for Randy Rhoads years ago. Remember Randy Rhoads? And I have some recollection that she was on Air America Radio way back when. In fact, I remember I was listening to Stephanie Miller. I don't know if this was Air America or another radio outlet she was with. I can't remember. Might have been Air America. And she was actually interviewing George Soros, and she was asking him for money on the air. I remember that was pretty. She kind of does at least back then. Because, again, I've not listened to Stephanie Miller in 20 years. I had forgotten about Stephanie Miller. I don't even know if she ever knew who I was, but I'd forgotten about Stephanie Miller. But the last time I heard, she was always a liberal radio person, but she also kind of did kind of like a political talk show / morning zoo type show, where she had this cast of characters that would laugh at all the things that she would say or something. And then I used to hear her filling in for Randy Rhoads. Did you see what she did with Jasmine Crockett? This is one of the craziest things I have ever seen, and there's something to be said about this because there's been. She got down on her hands and knees and kissed literally the feet of Jasmine Crockett at an event, and there's photographs of it. I'm pulling it up now because I want to go over this with you. There's photographs of this. I'll read through the article, and this is just a bizarre thing. This is a Newsbusters. Tim Graham from Newsbusters wrote this. Leftist radio host Stephanie Miller mock kisses the feet of Jasmine Crockett. Radical left talk show host Stephanie Miller has presented herself for decades as the most fashionably extremist lefty and as a self-styled comedian. This is what they wrote in Newsbusters. So when she posted a tweet of photos showing her groveling at the feet of Jasmine Crockett, it drew a lot of attention. Stephanie Miller wrote this: "Why, yes, I did kiss the sneakers of Jasmine Crockett, and I do worship the ground she walks on, and she was very lovely about it. The images went viral after being highlighted by libs of TikTok, and there's a few photos of it. She's actually on her knees kissing her shoes. Then she's on her hands and knees, and then she hugged Jasmine Crockett while still on her knees, and then she stood up and hugged her again. This seems, obviously, everyone's talking about Stephanie Miller for the first time in a long time. Well, I don't know about everybody. I'm talking about it, and libs of TikTok's talking about it, and a lot of people saw it on social media. I would imagine when people go to listen to her show, they wouldn't stay too long. Don't just take my word for it. The show sucks. Listen twice on 2 different days, and you can decide for your own. I've listened to her. Not for a long time, but she sucked 20 years ago. I can't imagine she's better today than she was then. But this getting on the hands and knees and kissing Jasmine Crockett's feet, this is a little bit more than a publicity stunt. If you remember, back during the BLM time, liberals were taking a knee in front of black people and asking for forgiveness. Remember this? Kash Patel fired a whole bunch of FBI agents who did that. Remember Nancy Pelosi did this with House leadership, House Democratic leadership? They went to some event, they put on these dashiki things on, and then got down on their knees. And there was this movement among white liberal Democrats with the Black Lives Matter movement in the aftermath of George Floyd that white people were supposed to get on their knees and ask for the forgiveness from black people for things that none of us have anything to do with, really, today. This is kind of an extension of that. I don't know if Stephanie Miller is trying to bring that back. I don't know what it is. But this is one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. The American left has been completely obliterated by the MAGA movement. Okay? Why do you think Pelosi's retiring? She's not retiring because she's 263 years old. Right? I just saw another a Democrat House member. She's not running for re-election, probably because she can't get funding or she has the polling data. She's going to lose. The Democrat Party is moving towards extinction. And the only people they have left are lunatics like Jasmine Crockett, who has Stephanie Miller on her hands and knees, literally kissing her feet at an event. And Jasmine Crockett seems to be enjoying it. There's no way in hell I would let somebody do something like that to me. There's no way. And I don't think the president would either. And if anyone that I was supporting allowed someone to get on their hands and knees and kiss their feet like that and then hug them and all of that, literally kiss their feet, I would not be in support of that at all. And I don't think many people would. But I guess this is what's left of the Democrat Party, what Stephanie Miller did. Now, I want to talk about the Sloman's Home Security System offer. This is amazing. Sloman's Home Security is offering a free home security system with free professional installation as well as 24/7 central station monitoring. All that for just $24.95 a month. For 5 years, you get locked in. Just $24.95 a month for 5 years. All you got to do is call 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. That's just $24.95 per month. All right, this is a limited time offer. It's a free home security system and professional installation, absolutely free. Your Sloman's home security system includes a touchscreen keypad, 3 door or window sensors, a motion detector, notifications, and remote keypad access so you can check it anytime no matter where you are. Wow, this is a great deal. Give them a call for your free home security system and professional installation, 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. Call them no matter where you're located. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we'll take a quick break, and I'll be right back with you. If you're on hold, hang in there, people, okay? Stay tuned. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Frank from West Palm. How you doing here?
All right,
Brian,
Frank.
you were absolutely correct. LaPorta Roofing was amazingly phenomenal. They just completed my roof last week, and LaPorta Roofing was superb in all ways imaginable when installing the new roof on my residence. Tom LaPorta meticulously spearheaded the entire project from inception through to the finalization of the assignment. Tom handled all the paperwork involving city permits, inspectors, and my community HOA. He was always available, ensuring me that he had my back in all phases of the project. Additionally, Tom, Scott, and Dan, and the entire crew were very well organized with the plan, consistent with all policies and procedures, and craftsmanship was exemplary in all stages of the design execution. Tom, Scott, and Dan maintained continual contact with me, the homeowner, asking if there were any questions I had or anything further I needed. LaPorta Roofing is, in every respect, a stellar 5-star AAA family-owned company that is a reliable, peace-of-mind roofing organization. These guys are spot on with regards to perfection, and they demand it. I remain mesmerized upon the completion of the job. My roof is a masterpiece. And one last thing before I forget, they were the least expensive quote that I received out of 4 quotes for roofing. I thank Tom LaPorta Roofing for all that they do.
Wow, Frank. Well, thanks so much. Tom Laporta at Laporta Roofing. He covers both the east and west coast of Florida and everywhere in between. He works with every type of structure, residential, commercial, municipal, and he works with every type of roofing material. Also, don't forget, Tom Laporta will never sell you a roof you do not need. If you need just a simple repair, he'll do it. He can also handle the job of any size, whether it's a single-family home or an HOA with over 200 units. Give him a call. This number rings directly to Tom Laporta's cell phone, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. And online, laportaroofing.com. Frank, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Brian. You have a wonderful day.
All right, we'll be back in less than a minute, guys. If you're on hold, stand by. So many issues here. All right, we're back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. To the phones we go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? All right. Once, twice. You missed your chance. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative Doug.
Oh, hey, Doug.
First thing, did you hear that? I think it's 9,000 New York City police are going to quit when Mondani takes over, and they're all being offered jobs in Florida.
Well, I hope so. I hope that happens. New York deserves it. I'm sorry, they deserve it.
Without a doubt. Now what will happen is there'll only be the liberal cops left, and the city really go down the tubes. Nobody will get arrested. This is nuts. Anyway, I'm also glad you brought out that thing because about the food prices down. What is it? What did you say? 12%, 14%?
DoorDash announced yesterday that breakfast food items, breakfast grocery prices are down 14% in the last 6 months. DoorDash. Non-political DoorDash.
Well, yesterday I told you I was going to talk to the liberals, right? And I talked to them. Man, they're unhinged. First of all, I said, you guys don't like President Trump. Are you going to take his tax cut? Are you going to take his $2,000? Oh, man, they went off right away. Oh, well, we're paying for the $2,000, and the grocery price is so high. I said, no, the prices of groceries went down. No, they didn't. They're up. They're up much higher than ever before. I said, no, they're not. But I didn't have any statistics to tell them. But now, I guess this is a fantastic. Everything's going down.
Absolutely.
The gas prices have gone down. But everything's going down, and it's going to take. I mean, what do you want? The guy's in office for a short amount of time. He's doing the best he can as fast as he can.
Doing the best. He's doing more. He's done more in 9-10 months than most presidents do in 4 to 8 years.
That's for sure. They give him a little more time. Everything would be fantastic.
Mm-hmm. All right, Doug. I appreciate the call, man. All right, take care. Good points. I agree with them all. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Alex. Before I tell you where I'm calling from, I want to apologize. My name is Alex. I live in Japan. Last week I called in. I hung up. My wife was coming in, and I had to help her with something.
All right.
Don't think I was being rude last
All
week.
right, Alex in Japan. What's on your mind?
One thing I wanted to say, and it goes back to the woman kissing the feet of the other politicians.
Stephanie Miller's a liberal talk show host kissing a congresswoman's feet. Yes.
Yeah, that's what we call a humiliation ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you really want to get into it, I think we as and me now living in my home country for multiple years, I can now look in and have a different kind of perspective now. I think we as Americans, Westerners, whatever you want to call us, our culture, we're still stuck in this idea of philosophizing instead of creating a solution. right? We're debating on whether the things are moral or who we're going to feed, who we're not going to feed. We already have solutions. We just need to put our foot in the ground. And
the solution, the solution, it's two-word solution. Donald Trump. That's the solution to all America's problem. This thing about the kissing the feet, all right, what this is about is white liberal guilt. White liberals believe that we need the forgiveness of African Americans, and that's what that's about. It's very bizarre.
Well, yeah, and they did this. The last time that this happened was like right before the Crusades, right? And the white people were all slaughtered throughout Europe by the Crusade, by Islam and the Northern Africans. So we need to do. I know this sounds very drastic.
Nah, we're not going to get into drastic stupidity from Japan. All right. I know where he was going, and we're not going there. We got an update from the president yesterday in the Oval Office on this $2,000 per person. So this is the third time in a 24-hour period he mentioned. He posted it on Truth, then he did a follow-up post on Truth, and then he talked about it openly in the Oval Office yesterday.
We're going to issue a dividend to our middle-income people and lower-income people of about $2,000. And we're going to use the remaining tariffs to lower our debt. We're going to be lowering our debt, which is a national security thing. So we're doing a lot of good work. The numbers were reported so incorrectly. The real numbers are trillions of dollars have been taken in or gotten in terms of investment from the tariffs. And so if that were ever reversed, it would be a disaster. Frankly, it would be a national security problem for our country. And nobody thinks it's going to be reversed. I think we had a very good court case. As you know, it's before the Supreme Court right now. But if that were ever reversed, people are saying, oh, it's $1 billion. Some people said, oh, it's $2 billion. Well, that obviously we can handle very easily. But this is trillions of dollars we're talking about in terms of the tariff income and all the investment income that's come into our country.
Yeah. See, I mean, this is absolutely an amazing thing. So now we have the president in his own words. See, they keep wanting to grab on to the Treasury Secretary with the Stephanopoulos. The Treasury Secretary did not know what the president had posted on True Social when he was asked about it. He just didn't know. He wasn't updated on it. The president just, I don't know, something came to the president's mind, and he decided just to do it and posted it. And then it was policy. He didn't talk about it, didn't have strategy sessions. He just said, we're going to do it. So now we have 3 times in 24 hours that the president has promised us that we are going to get the $2,000. Now, for middle class and lower income, I don't know what his breakdown is on that income-wise. I have no idea. I hope I fit into it because my wife and I, we could use that. My wife told me yesterday she wants to buy a new living room set with the $4,000. I said, okay, whatever, So that's what... That's probably what'll happen because my wife handles such things. Now, right now, you're seeing all the stories. New Yorkers are moving to Florida big time in huge numbers, right? You just heard Doug talk about all the cops that are going to be moving down here. So what are they looking for? They're looking for a place to live. So this is your time to call George Colony, our real estate expert here in Florida. If you have a home of any kind that you want to find out the value of and you're thinking about selling it, call George Colony. I'm going to give you his cell phone number in a moment. You can call or text George Colony. He'll find out the value of your home. You can talk to him about selling your home. Or maybe you have a rental property. He can help you with that too. Or maybe you're out of state and you're thinking of moving to Florida. George Colony can help you find a place to buy or rent if you're moving here from out of state. But give them a call. These New Yorkers, they're ready to buy. And I'm telling you, they're ready to pay top dollar. Homes across Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade are up for grabs, and they'll be selling fast. This huge wave of northern New York buyers, you don't want to wait until the market cools off. You want to call George Colony. You want to call him now, 954-801-7320. That number rings directly to his cell phone. You can call or text 954-801-7320. Call George Colony right now. Find out what your home is really worth. Florida homes are hot. That's if you're buying or selling. He can help you on both ends. Or you're looking to rent, whether rent a property or rent out a property. So if you're looking to sell a property, sell a home, sell a condo, looking to rent a property, George Colony can help you. Are you looking for a place to buy? He can help you. Are you looking for a place to rent? He can help you with every type of real estate transaction there is. 954-801-7320. 954-801-7320. Call or text George Colony. That's his cell phone. Call us on hold. Stand by. Back after this.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest 3-in-1 sale ever with a limited edition product, a back-in-stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our MyPillow bed sheets only $29.88. Any color, any style, any size, even kings. Regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. How about our My Towels? They're finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first time and the only time ever, get our limited edition premium My Pillows. They're made with Giza cotton and designer gusset. Queens $17.98, Kings only $19.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
This is George Colony. I'm in the real estate business in Fort Lauderdale, Florida with Kai's Real Estate. I've been in business for 6 decades. People often ask me, what's the right time to buy or sell real estate? To tell you the truth, it's always the right time. You just need to have the right advice from the right advisor. You can call me anytime because I answer my phone on the first ring. My number is 954-801-7320. That's my personal cell phone number. And I answer it on the first ring every time. Please give me a call. I'm happy to answer any question that you have. My cell phone number is 954-801-7320.
All right, we will be back shortly, guys. If you're on hold, hang in there. Okay, we'll be back in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If you're on hold, stand by. 30 there. All right, we are back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'll take a call or two. We got a lot to cover. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, Brian. This is Mike from Massapequa.
Hey, Mike. What's up?
I was wondering, I'm assuming that the Congress is going to have to vote on this, the $2,000.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you think is the likelihood that people like Massey and Rand Paul and these guys are going to put up an opposition?
Rand Paul is a disruptor. These are just disruptors.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so you know they're always going to stay. You know, the libertarians. You know, I'm talking about Rand Paul here. They think they're a higher form of conservative than the rest of us. They're really, you know what Rand Paul really is? A narcissist.
What?
A narcissist.
Okay.
That's all he is. He's got
so-
he's got a severe case of narcissism, and you know, he does these things. Yeah, there'll be Republicans that
But do you
oppose it,
feel-
but it'll pass. It'll go through.
Oh, you believe you're
I know so.
confident that it'll
Absolutely.
pass.
And I don't even know if he has to
Okay,
go.
that's
You never
great.
know with Trump. Maybe he could do it through executive order. I don't know. I don't know. So he'll
Right.
figure he'll know. And if it has to go through Congress, it'll pass. Yeah, you'll have the usual idiots causing problems.
I was also wondering your opinion on in the days just prior to Trump coming up.
Oh,
with
by the
this
way,
idea,
it's easy for Rand
there was-
Paul. It's easy for Rand Paul to take a position against the 2000 being rich and all, born into
Right,
a
yeah.
fancy family.
The other issue I had was in the days just prior to Trump announcing this, there was the fear that the Supreme Court would shoot down the whole tariff thing, and it would throw the economics of the United States into.
I
to
read that
chaos.
differently. I read that differently. I think there's a lot of wishful thinking from the left that the Supreme Court will say
Well,
the
okay.
president has no authority over
But-
tariffs. That's called wishful thinking.
But do you think that his thought on this may have been inspired by pressuring the Supreme Court?
Oh, you mean spending the
into-
money so they can't? It's not there. Maybe. Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, I wouldn't be. Yeah, I thought
Okay.
that thought crossed my
And
mind.
the other part of it is that when he discussed the $2,000, he said that the healthcare, the companies are ripping off the taxpayers.
Yes.
And this is a way you could pay for your own. I'm wondering if he was trying to grab up the power of these Mangione crazies and saying, look, you go after the Democrats if they don't approve of the $2,000. Maybe he's trying to actually get the
Yeah, I think you're
Mangione,
putting too much into. I think the government. I think President Trump has raised so much money in tariffs, and he wants to.
Right.
He wants to give back, and I think it's going to become a yearly thing. I think every year it's going to end
I
up
hope
where
so.
we get a big dividend from the tariffs. I think it's going to be a regular thing.
I've been hoping for years to get down to Florida and go on one of the cruises. I actually said it a couple of years ago to you, and I never got the finances together. So as soon as he announced the $2,000, I was saying to myself, how much more do I need?
Yeah.
I gotta get on a cruise.
Yeah, you can go on the cruise. Absolutely. Yeah, hopefully it comes soon.
Okay,
All right, take care. Take care. Massapequa. That's where Jerry Seinfeld's from. Now, I opened the show. I want to just recap this before I bring in up some new things, because this is something that some people in the audience will care about. I'm bringing this up again because the last caller mentioned the cruise. A group of our MAGA cruisers that go on the Steve Kane, Brian Craig MAGA cruise went to the Turning Point USA event at Berkeley last night and were attacked by Antifa. That's right. And those of you that have been on our cruises, one of our more well-known cruisers, she's known to all of our cruisers, Fun Mary. Everyone who goes on the cruises knows Fun Mary. She's a very nice lady. We have a group of MAGA people from the San Francisco Bay Area that travel to Florida and go on our cruises every year. And Fun Mary, who is one of the most charismatic people I've ever met in my life. She's a senior citizen. She wears MAGA clothes from the tips of her toes to the top of her head everywhere she goes. She has an identical twin sister, And Fun Mary went to the Turning Point event in San Francisco with her identical twin sister and Brad, who also goes on our cruises. And she was attacked by Antifa. Now, you may have seen in the news, it got very violent out there, right? You've seen it. It's bloody and everything else. Brad texted me early this morning. They were still there probably because it was about 1:30, 2 a.m. here on the East Coast, which I like to call Mar-a-Lago time, Trump time. So it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night for them out in San Francisco. And he texted me 2 pieces of video, and I've been sharing them on the program online today. I played them in the first hour. And Fun Mary, I don't know her exact age, but she is elderly. She's a senior citizen. She was not only attacked. Let me pull up the text, and then I'll play you the video. There's some audio to this of her explaining what happened, because Brad texted me, and I'll read to you what he said. He texted me the video, and so I texted him back, "Are they okay?" And Brad texted me back. He said, "Bruised up. They were shot at with paintballs and thrown to the ground." This is 100% a hate crime. And there may be because they were attacked because of their political opinions. But because of the age, because Fun Mary has got to be over 80, there may be an enhanced crime on the hate crime laws. Here in Florida, we have the elder abuse statutes. Things are much more severe. You know, you can hurt someone pretty bad with paintballs. You may even be able to kill them. When people get involved with paintballs, they put on helmets with total face coverings and body armor, and they hurt like a son of a gun. So Fun Mary and her sister were shot with paintballs. They were bruised up and bloodied and pushed to the ground. And one of their friends and her were talking after the attack. This is still at the Turning Point event in Berkeley.
We were here in front of UC Berkeley for the Turning Point USA event, and we have been physically assaulted. We had, it's called an Antifa milkshake. They threw it at us. You can see it all over her blouse,
Yeah,
all
she's
over
bleeding.
her face. She actually got hurt.
Black eye.
You know, we can't have women being assaulted at a public event, at a public university. We need free speech, and you can't make women feel scared for having a protest, not violent. Yeah, thank you.
You know, they're lucky to have survived this. You know, I've seen some of the video. You've got a crowd running and pushing and shoving and forced into a small area that could easily turn into being stomped to death. It's a pretty scary thing. And see, everything that the left are doing is for the purpose of trying to bring down Turning Point USA. Turning Point USA, as far as I'm concerned, is really, it's become a civil rights organization. It's not so much political, but civil rights for Americans. You know, the under the message of simply freedom. And Turning Point USA, they have every aspect of the never-Trumper deep state Democrat machine is about bringing down and destroying Turning Point USA. They started with assassinating Charlie Kirk, and now and they've got Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes out there trying to discredit the organization. And every time they have an event somewhere, they target it with violence. Even after the assassination in Utah of Charlie Kirk, the violence is worse than ever at these Turning Point events around the country. It's frightening. You know, what's scary about it is it's all scary. And unfortunately, I saw the video of Charlie Kirk when they assassinated him. I can't get that out of my head. I'll never watch it again if I can help it. If I knew what I was going to see, I wouldn't have watched it. Some things you just can't unsee. But since that first political assassination of a non-elected official since Martin Luther King in 1968, you would think that the forces of the left would turn down the volume on these attacks on Turning Point, but they've increased the attacks on Turning Point. And they view Turning Point as the organization that is stopping them more than any other organization as the midterms come and the next presidential election. So I'm not recommending people go to Turning Point or not. That's something you have to decide on your own. It's incredibly dangerous. I would think twice myself before I went to a local Turning Point event. I really would, because it is so dangerous, and you see what's going on. But we can't let them stop Turning Point. Turning Point freaks them out because Charlie Kirk was able to red pill the youth of this country, and they don't have any way to turn them back other than stopping the organization. Now, I want to talk about Coastal Weight Loss Secret. Holy smokes. I mean, I got to tell you guys, I'm wearing these old clothes that haven't fit me in years, and they're still baggy. These pants I'm wearing are over 10 years old, and they're loose on me. It's amazing. Losing weight. I thought losing weight was going to be a chore and really impossible. I was very nervous about doing it. I was on the Coastal Weight Loss Secret for 2 weeks before I even told you guys I was on it, because I told Dr. Zuckerman I've never been on any type of weight loss program or anything. I don't know if I can do this. And it's so simple and effortless. And what really amazed me is a couple things: how much weight I lost and how easy it was. But my stomach, as you grow older, guys, we get a bit of a belly, and I was getting a belly. And I didn't realize, but when I was looking down, I had partially obstructed view when I was looking down. Now I have a flat stomach. I lost my belly. It's absolutely amazing. I did all this without taking any shots, any prescriptions, any pills, eating foods I would normally eat without starving myself. It's absolutely amazing. Give Coastal Weight Loss Secret a call. You have time to lose that weight before your holiday parties. Don't worry. And they can help you no matter where you are in the United States. Call this number and set up your no-charge consultation. 561-247-6300. 561-247-6300. And online, coastalweightlossecret.com. We'll be right back. All right. If you're on hold, stand by, guys. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable. Okay, we'll be back in about 1 minute, guys. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning, Brian. This is Jessica.
Hey, Jessica.
Hi, I want to talk to you about a few things. Let me begin with Tucker Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
I am very disappointed with Tucker Carlson. I believe that he was bought to go against Trump and the MAGA movement, and I believe that he was bought by the. Because why am I saying this? Two things. Because I've seen Tucker Carlson already go against a lot of things that President Trump holds dear, which is religion, Christianism, and Tucker Carlson has spoken against that. And I also have seen how Tucker Carlson have shifted from one day to the next against anything or everything that is that is MAGA.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Yeah, and let me tell you, Tucker Carlson, I don't know why he's still being invited by Turning Point, because Charlie Kirk began speaking about the Islamist agenda that we have that is going on against the United States. Because Charlie Kirk spoke about Mandani when no one knew who he was. If you watch videos about Charlie Kirk last year, at the end of last year, he was already giving speeches and speaking out against Mandani. So he was already speaking out against, the Islamist agenda that is going on.
Well, Tucker
right under our eyes.
Tucker, I talk about, you look at there's a bunch of people that are causing havoc for President Trump right now. Tucker Carlson,
yes.
Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, Mark Levin, and Ben Shapiro. They're all causing problems. All of them at one time were very open never-Trumpers. All of them.
Yeah, they were. They were. But at some point, they were behind the president at some point during the election.
Well,
but
maybe. Were they? Were they really? Or are they just pretending?
Well, now they were pretending. Now I can see that they were all fake. But you know what? I feel that the Islamist agenda is the one that bought Tucker Carlson, and I feel that it was the responsible behind Charlie Kirk's assassination. Really. And let me tell you, Brian, I sent you a video through Instagram that I found online about what's happening in Florida, right at home. These people are buying abandoned buildings in Tallahassee, Orlando, Tampa to build mosques. Okay?
Yeah.
And I don't know, they're using our way of life, our capitalism, they're using it against us because they're buying it without no questions being asked about, our local government. So could you please look at the video, watch
Well, I'll
it,
just say,
and,
I'll look. What'd you do? You deemed it to me on Instagram?
Yes,
Okay.
I sent it to you through a message.
Okay, I'll look. The thing about Tucker, okay? Tucker on a number of occasions has been very anti-Trump. And if you remember, even during the lockdowns, he didn't think President Trump was acting enough. And he showed up unannounced to Mar-a-Lago and read Trump the Riot Act. Remember this? This was crazy. On his handling of COVID.
I remember that.
Tucker Carlson, with this act that he's been doing with Nick Fuentes, is I think Tucker Carlson is a lot of people think he's on the payroll of one of the Muslim countries. I know Loomer's talked about that. She's always right.
I think so.
I don't know, but he's either that or deep state or both, and he's working with Nick Fuentes and others to destroy the MAGA movement by discrediting Turning Point. And I was in shock that he spoke at the memorial service for Charlie Kirk.
Me too. I was in shock. And I don't know if you know, but 2 days ago, he interviewed an ex-general. I can't remember the name of the general, but the general said to Tucker Carlson that if President Trump attempts to go in after Maduro, listen to this, after Maduro, the communist, president of Venezuela, that President Trump can be he could be removed at any time. It was, to me,
I
it
saw
was a
that.
threat.
I played that on the air it was last week or the week before. I can't remember, but I shared that it was a threat. And just because the president said that we're not going in doesn't mean, you think he's going to say we're not, we're going in now. They've got plans. And one day we're just going to wake up and find out that we've done something.
And he should. You know why? Because Maduro is one of the worst enemies that we can have as a free country, because he harbors terrorists from Iran, from Iraq.
Yes.
And he sells Venezuelan passports to these people.
Well, listen, I gotta move on, but I'll look for that video on Instagram that you DM me. All right, you take care. The rest of you on hold, stand by. There's something else I want to mention. Now, I had shared earlier in the show that DoorDash announced that breakfast grocery prices have dropped 14% in the last 6 months. That's DoorDash. It's not political. They're just a business, DoorDash. Breakfast grocery items are down 14% in the last 6 months. That's according to DoorDash. They just dropped that on their official X account yesterday. That's pretty amazing. And I had an idea, just a thought crossed my mind over the weekend with all this talk on the beef prices that are out of control. I mean, I was at the store a couple weeks back, and I thought, you know what? I feel like having a steak. I said, forget about it. I looked at the prices, forget about it. The prices for steak, even like not high quality steak, are like through the roof. And it's causing a lot of problems. And over the weekend, President Trump ordered the Justice Department to investigate this. And I had a thought about this. We hear these stories of foreign interest owning so much farmland, and there's a big danger. What about cattle, the cattle business? The cattlemen used to be very outspoken. Remember when they got together and took Oprah Winfrey to court? Remember that years ago? Where are the cattle people? Do they still exist? The ones that went after Oprah? Why is no one questioning them? They were all over the news back then. That was a long time ago. Remember? That's when Dr. Phil was her therapist, and he'd go to court with her every day. So it's been a long time, because after all, that's when he got his show, which he's retired from. So it's been a long time. And I'm wondering, are there foreign interests, like Chinese interests, that own enough of the cattle industry in this country that they're inflating prices to cause economic hardship and political problems in the country? I don't know, but I'm curious about that. It's certainly a theory when you look at all these foreign interests that own so much of the farming. You don't think they own cattle? I hope we get some answers on this. Now, November, it's November, guys. That's Men's Health Awareness Month. And, of course, I'm talking about Life Imaging FLA. I was just looking online and reading some comments that people left about Life Imaging FLA. And I saw a comment left by a nice lady named Claudette. She went to Life Imaging FLA to have that heart scan. That I had the heart scan and the cancer screening, but she went in for that heart scan. She found out she has heart disease. She had no idea. She found out she has heart disease. Now she knows, and she can do something about it before, she has a heart attack. It's amazing. They're saving lives every day over at Life Imaging FLA. And during Men's Health Awareness Month, Life Imaging FLA, they're here to help you. They offer free heart scans with just a few minimum requirements that's valued at $699. When you're over there, make sure you ask them about their full body cancer screening. I had that. I have no cancer, no heart disease. That's great. But poor Claudette, she's got heart disease, but at least she knows she's got it now, and she can make the changes that she has to make in her life with her doctors to take care of business before she has a heart attack. Life Imaging FLA is all about proactive healthcare. They're saving lives through this early detection, like with Claudette. According to the National Cancer Institute, did you know this? Over 4.75 million cancer deaths have been prevented through early detection and screening. This November, take control of your health. Visit Life Imaging FLA. Start living your life proactively. You could save your life, like Claudette saved her own. Give them a call. Dial pound 250 on your cell phones. Pound 250 and say free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. That's pound 250 and say free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. It's not time for, let me see the time here. Hold on. Oh, it's not time for the break yet. I almost went to the top of the hour break, but we got a minute. I wanted to. I was going to share this after the break, but I'll share it now. This is from the Ingram interview. It's President Trump talking about the Chinese students.
A lot of MAGA folks are not thrilled about this idea of hundreds of thousands of foreign students in the United States. We have about 350,000 Chinese. One point during COVID, you were going to, push to, get them out, but that was pulled back. You've said as many as 600,000 Chinese students could come to the United States. Why, sir, is that a pro-MAGA position when so many American kids want to go to school and there are places not for them and these universities are getting rich off Chinese money?
Sure. Never said about China, but we do have a lot of people coming in from China. We always have, China and other countries. We also have a massive system of colleges and universities. And if we were to cut that in half, which perhaps makes some people happy, you would have half the colleges in the United States go out of business.
So what?
Well, I think that's a big deal.
Are they fans?
Tell you that.
Yeah, and he went on to say that it's a business. That's amazing, right? Foreign students, that if half of the colleges went out of business, would that be a good thing or a bad thing? I think it'd be a bad thing. I think Trump's right. It'd be harder to get into college, wouldn't it, for people? All right, listen, we got 1 hour to go. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977, celebrating 49 years on the radio. My name is Brian Craig. Our number is 888-465-2631. We'll be right back. All right.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest 3-in-1 sale ever with a limited edition product, a back-in-stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our MyPillow bed sheets only $29.88. Any color, any style, any size, even kings. Regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. How about our My Towels? They're finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first time and the only time ever, get our limited edition premium My Pillows. They're made with Giza cotton and designer gusset. Queens $17.98, Kings only $19.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
This is George Colony. I'm in the real estate business in Fort Lauderdale, Florida with Kai's Real Estate. I've been in business for 6 decades. People often ask me, what's the right time to buy or sell real estate? To tell you the truth, it's always the right time. You just need to have the right advice from the right advisor. You could call me anytime because I answer my phone on the first ring. My number is 954-801-7320. That's my personal cell phone number. And I answer it on the first ring every time. Please give me a call. I'm happy to answer any question that you have. My cell phone number is 954-801-7320.
All right. All right, Steve, you there?
I'm here.
All right, we got a little more than a minute.
Okay. Take the lead.
All right. About 30 seconds.
Sounds good.
All right, we are back. The third hour has begun. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. You're listening, of course, to the Steve Kane Show. Hey, Steve.
Good morning.
Oh my goodness, it's a lot's been happening in the last couple of days. I'm here to tell you.
Sure has.
Oh my goodness, yeah. We got our third confirmation from the president that we're all going to get $2,000 each, which is great.
That sounds good. Did he give you a time frame on that?
No, don't spend the money yet. My wife told me that she wants to buy a new living room set.
I'm waiting for my last check from the president.
He never promised a check before.
Sure he did.
No.
The Social Security.
You get that every month.
Well, but I'm supposed to get I'm not supposed to pay taxes.
No, you got it. Well, you haven't done
Security.
your taxes yet. He gave a major thousands of dollars. I don't remember the exact number. He gave a huge tax deduction to Social Security recipients. So you'll get a huge tax deduction when you do your taxes this year.
I'll celebrate when I get it.
What are you? Did you turn into a liberal since Friday? You're talking
No,
like
no.
a liberal.
No,
Where's my
no,
check from Trump? That was part of the big beautiful bill. You haven't done your taxes yet. It's still.
No, I haven't. I haven't.
It's only November. You got to wait till
What?
after the 1st.
I'll take your word.
Now,
I always take the president's word.
Absolutely, but the $2,000 checks, we don't have a time frame, but he's mentioned it 3 times in 24 hours, so that's written in stone.
All right.
So we're gonna get that. All right, let me take some calls before we get to the stuff. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. How are you doing?
What good? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Curtis from Tennessee.
All right, Tennessee. What's on your mind?
I have a question. Apparently, I heard a lot of people talking about it. Do you think India is going to be an ally or an enemy?
What are you playing Risk?
Well, no. India has been a great trading partner. Now that they've surpassed China not only in population but in production, but they've also doubled down on BRICS.
No, they need us. The United States, President Trump, he just got them to agree to not buy any more oil from Russia. So we
down on BRICS.
So what? Trump's got them under control.
Well, he's signed an agreement with us and them. Well, I can't say that he has them under control because they're not a U.S. state.
I think you worry too much.
We don't have them under anything.
Have you seen Trump on TV lately?
Well, absolutely.
Does he look worried?
No.
Then why are you worried?
Because the world's unpredictable.
No.
And people are stupid.
No, it's not. Well, I'll agree with that second part. Liberal people are stupid. If Trump's not worried, you have no need to worry. He's got everything under control, including India.
All right.
Well, I don't know why you would wake up on a Tuesday and be worried about India. Why is India on your mind today? Out of everything in the world, is India going to be an ally or an enemy?
Some people need something to worry about.
I guess so.
Is that you, sir?
Brian?
That's him.
Thanks for your call.
He hung up. I didn't hang up on him. He hung up. He didn't like that.
He had good sense.
He didn't like that brutal truth that he had been dealt. I was talking earlier that a group of our cruisers got attacked by Antifa last night at Berkeley, and
I saw that. It was a mess.
Well, a group of our cruisers are from San Francisco. They go on our MAGA cruise every year, and Fun Mary, who's about your age, Steve, her and her sister were attacked by Antifa. Pretty bad. They were bruised, bloodied, shoved to the ground, shot with paintballs. I mean, it's pretty violent out there, with what's going on with Antifa. But, you look at they're trying to almost excuse it away. I love how they excuse it's just Antifa. Oh, it's at Berkeley. What do you expect? It's always Charlie Kirk was shot in Utah, not Berkeley. And when you look, I was talking about this earlier, and I don't know if people have picked up on this. If you follow what's going on in the news, the Democrat Party is almost completely faded out of existence. They're almost
they're in big trouble.
Yeah, and I don't mean that they just lost with the shutdown. Trump won that without any concessions. the Democrat Party barely exists right now. I've never thought I'd see this happen. They have no leadership.
Well, they have no leadership. They have no program. They have no nothing.
That's right.
They're on their butts and about to be taken on by these, I don't know, Arab types. I don't know what to call
Muslims.
them. But
The Muslim.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
not to sound like a bigot, but
well, and Pelosi's not retiring. She's running for the hills because she sees the writing on the wall. It's over for them. And if you notice, her sister, Nancy Pelosi's daughter's running for state government, not Nancy's seat. You notice that? She's running for California state legislature. Was it the state senate she's running for, or state house? Pelosi's daughter could run for Congress, and she'd have just as much chance of winning a House seat as she would a state House seat or a state Senate seat. But she's choosing not to go to Washington because it's over for Democrats in Washington. Pelosi is leaving Washington. Her daughter is running for state government. She thinks she can be governor. That's why she's doing that. So this is her path to become governor of California.
She just realizes that Nancy can't do her much good anymore.
Well, Nancy knows she can't even help herself. The Democrat Party in Washington is done. And this incident at Turning Point in Berkeley, and don't let them excuse this away. Well, it's Berkeley. They've always been Turning Point. Wherever they've had events, it's been violent. Okay, everywhere, not just Berkeley and not just Portland. Everywhere they've been, it's been violent. And it seems to me that the Democrats have identified in their mind. You see, Democrats, they never go about anything honestly. They don't accept that all their weirdo politics and DEI and the trans and all this, that has nothing to do with them fading away. They believe it's Turning Point USA. And it seems to me that the Democrat Party have all of their forces, everything they have left, trying to shut down Turning Point USA. Because Turning Point has flipped the youth vote. And they don't see any way to get that back.
If that's how they're measuring their success, they're in for a series of horrendous losses because Turning Point is turning out to be an amazing plus for the right, and the right where we need it too.
Yeah.
In that category, in that young age category.
Yeah.
They'll really make a difference in the next election. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, and the next presidential election. That's why Turning Point. We've had conservative groups in the past. They haven't really accomplished much. The NRA, the Christian Coalition, and I'm not saying that the Christian Coalition was bad or NRA was bad. They just weren't effective. They were preaching to the choir, and mainly were just fundraising arms for the leadership more than anything. Remember all that Wayne LaPierre? What a creep, right?
Yeah.
And
it was that.
Yeah, but Turning Point is the first. We have the first truly active conservative movement in this country we never had activist organizations before that were effective.
From what we've seen so far, they look like they're going to be effective, but you're not going to know for a while.
Well, we know.
It's real.
It is because we won the youth vote last time, right? The youth went to Trump.
Well, we got to make sure that Charlie's success translates over to the new youth.
It will. That's why they're focusing all their hostility towards Turning Point.
It looks that way.
Yeah. Now, before we break, I want to tell it's freezing today, isn't it? Oh my goodness, this is not normal Florida weather. In the 40s. Forget about it. I mean, like
Antarctica out there.
I'm wearing socks today. I rarely wear socks. I'm wearing socks today. It's so cold. It's in the 40s. But you know what's going on right now? There's a mass move to Florida from New York after this Mamdani victory. And what they're looking for are places to buy. And you want to call George Colony, our real estate guy. George Colony, he can help you on both sides of the transaction, by the way. If you're moving to Florida and you're looking for a place, he can help you whether you're buying or looking to rent. And if you have a home you're interested in selling, or maybe you're thinking about it, you're not sure, and you want to find out the value of your home in this new New York rush to Florida market, give George Colony a call. Or if you have a property to rent, George Colony can help you rent your property too. You want to give him a call. He knows real estate. Steve, George Colony, He's been involved in over $5 billion with a B in real estate transactions, both buying and selling. Over $5 billion in real estate
I
transactions.
know he has a tremendous reputation.
Yeah, he certainly does. And, you know, I'm going to give you his cell phone number. You can call or text. Now, if you're looking to move to Florida, call him too. He can help you. But if you're here, you want to find out the value of your home, you're thinking about, well, maybe it's time. You know, these New Yorkers, they're going to be paying top dollar. And you want to get in while they're paying top dollar. You don't want to get in after the market cools. There's a panic move going on right now from New York. And I got a call earlier in the show. There was a story about all the police officers that are transferring to Florida. You know, Florida lets the cops keep their pensions when they come down here from New York. So there's this very well, Steve, may be the hottest real estate market we've ever had. Give George Colony a call. Find out what your home's worth, or maybe you're looking to for a place to live. 954-801-7320. You can call or text. This is his cell phone. 954-801-7320. That's 954-801-7320 for George Colony. All right, we'll be right back. I'm going to put you on hold for a minute, Steve. Hold on. All right, Steve, you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, we got about 30 seconds. Oh. Boy. I got to put you on hold on. Hey, it's Brian. All right, we're back. All right. You might catch some stuff off the air. All right, Steve, we are back, and I'm going to conference in Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing very, very well. What do you have for us today, Barry?
Well, what I have today is for those of you who are dealing with an issue where you have a loved one who may not be doing as well as we would love for them to be doing, and they're needing some level of care, whether it be at home or out of the home, in a nursing home or assisted living facility. One of the big issues that comes up is, how are we going to pay for this? Because this is really expensive. And that's where our firm, the Siegel Law Group, can come in. For 24 years now, we've been helping families in this situation get financial relief so that they don't have to spend down their hard-earned assets, everything that they've worked for their whole lives, and end up going broke, getting close to being broke, or leaving a loved one in either of those situations where they could leave a surviving spouse or a family with no assets, all because they didn't plan properly. And we help people plan properly. So even if you don't have long-term care insurance, we could still help you save your assets and get a significant portion of that cost of care paid for through government benefits that you think that you won't qualify for, but most of you who are listening to this can qualify. You just have to come in and do a consultation with us. We'll do a review of your situation, and we'll be able to tell you what, if anything, can be done. And most of the time, there is something that can be done that can help your loved one qualify and not spend down their assets and not go broke or significantly change their financial
Absolutely.
future.
And at the Siegel Law Group, Attorney Barry Siegel, you have an entire team of people that are experts in Medicaid planning, right?
Well, yeah, we have an amazing team in our Medicaid elder law division that have been doing this for many years, and it's not only do we help our clients get the results. We've been very successful helping people for many years doing that, but it's also the journey. We're here to hold your hand through the whole process.
That's right.
And make sure that everything is done in the proper way and in a stress-free way.
That's right. And this Medicaid planning is absolutely phenomenal, and it really is saving the finances of families each and every day. Give the Siegel Law Group a call. Set up your free in-office consultation. The number's toll-free, 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782, and online, SiegelLawGroup.com. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll talk later in the week.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
All right, you too. Take care. All right, you back with us, Steve?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's take a call or two, then we'll get back into the issues. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey. Is Brian?
Yeah. What's your name? Where are you calling?
You got both of us.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, no, it's Jason. I'm in Texas.
Jason in Texas. What's on your mind?
Yeah, dude, I'm refreshing your stream. It's okay. Anyway, look, man, you like advertise way too much.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
It's,
That's how we pay our bills.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I get that. I get that, man. It's a lot though, man. It's like I'm getting tired of.
Well, then
it's called America.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
Free enterprise.
I'm sorry that capitalism turns you off so much.
Yeah, capitalism,
maybe
for sure.
But I understand. Yeah. I understand. Financially successful people rub you the wrong way. Oh my goodness, I tell you.
Go ahead, sir.
No, he disconnected himself, Steve. I don't know.
He disconnected himself.
I don't know why.
I was just beginning to enjoy the whining.
Yeah, I know. Yesterday, you weren't with us yesterday, but yesterday I was asking everyone to share what they were going to do with their $2,000 in Trump bucks. And it was really a amazing show. And some of the calls we got, even liberals had planned. One liberal guy called. He's going to put it towards the down payment on a new car, which is great. Richie, the bus driver, called in. The transmission just fell out of his car, so he needs a new transmission, so he's going to get a new transmission. A nice lady called me. She's got a leak in her bathroom. She's going to call a plumber. Somebody needed a new dishwasher. Another person needed a new refrigerator. One lady said she's going to go to William Youngerman's and buy silver, with hers. There's all kinds.
What do I do with my money?
Exactly. There's just everybody's got plans for the money already, and everybody could use money. And the president is so ingenious. And what I was sharing, you and I haven't really talked about this. What this money is, it's a dividend from the tariffs. So a couple things about it. It's a brilliant political move for a number of reasons. But one of the things is the left are saying, well, the price of things are going up because of the tariffs, which I don't know if that's true or not. I know Walmart said it's not true. And DoorDash announced yesterday that grocery prices on breakfast foods are down 14% in the last 6 months. But the $2,000 a person, that means $4,000 for married couples, that'll more than cover any price increases from tariffs, if there are any, I promise you, for most everybody. So that's one thing. It takes that argument away. But what's going to happen is this. He called it a dividend, which is like I guess like our share of the profit off the tariffs, right?
Right.
He is thinking of making this an annual thing every year. Hopefully it's the end of the year, right before the holiday period, right before Christmas, be great, but I'll take it any time. But this is going to be like in Alaska. Every year, Alaskans get money from the oil profits from Alaska. You know that oil pipeline all the Democrats were against, right? The Alaska pipeline. They get I don't know how much they get, but they get money each and every year, their share of what the state has made off the oil profits. And that's what President Trump's talking about doing here. And the Democrats are going to be against that too, just like they're against everything else that is.
The Democrats will be against anything he brings up.
Yes.
If he wins, they lose.
Even when it's something universally positive, no one, and he excludes rich people. He says it's good. The high income earners will be excluded, even though maybe they shouldn't. They pay taxes too, but they are. So it's going to be middle income and low income people, and then the rest they're going to put towards the deficit. I mean, this is as good as it's ever gotten, and Steve, there's some things that I call universally good that everybody agrees on. Getting $2,000 for every middle class and poor person in the country, our share of the tariffs, that's a universal thing that everybody agrees is a good thing, right? How could you be against something like that?
I'm sure you could find Democrats will be glad to call in and find something, a nit to pick with it.
I couldn't find a single Democrat yesterday, and we had nothing, a full board of calls for hours. Well, maybe we'll find one today. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm from Phoenix.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Phoenix, go.
Yeah, I can't believe you actually think that he's going to give anybody a damn check for, like the Doge dividend checks. You think those are going to actually happen?
He didn't. He never promised a Doge check. Elon Musk did.
Nope. Yes, he did. Yes,
no, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He said Doge was going to save us trillions of dollars. He was going to send everybody a check.
Well, this is that. This is from the Doge.
Did you get a check?
No.
Did you get a check, buddy?
He never promised that, buddy.
You didn't get a check, right? None of us got a check.
Because he didn't. Elon Musk isn't the president.
Gullible. Brian, you're a grown man. You're a grown man. You still believe this guy's going to send you a check? What? We pay that money. I can't believe you're this stupid. And so is the rest of the people that actually follow you.
Yeah.
Are you all that gullible?
Well, you're following me. You're following.
This guy is
a
con man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, wait a minute, sir. Didn't you get the benefits of any tax?
Who is this fucking idiot?
Oh, there we go. All right,
Brian, okay?
all right. There we go. First dump of the day. First dump of the day. Everybody's on hold. Oh, my goodness. It's time for a break anyway. First dump of the day, Mike. And that means it's time to talk about Dr. Appleton. If you're in pain, the answer to that is you haven't gone to see Dr. Appleton, have you? You know, if you're in pain, stop suffering. Go see Dr. Appleton. Let him tell you what the laser wave pain treatment can do for you. You know, his robotic laser treats every type of pain I've ever heard of. Arthritis, bronchial neuralgia, bursitis, hip pain, knee pain, lumbar pain, muscular contraction, sciatica, strains and sprains, tinnitus, tennis elbow, neck pain, stenosis, the list goes on. You know, the laser wave pain treatment with Dr. Appleton, what it does is it repairs the damage that's causing you the pain. That's why the 7 times that Dr. Appleton has treated me, the car accident, knee pain I had, falling off my skateboard, the arthritis in my fingers, all of those pains are gone. None of them have returned. The first time he treated me for pain was in my knee over 3 years ago. None of the pains have returned. He's treated me 7 times for pain. And the reason it hasn't returned is because his robotic laser has repaired the damage in my body that's causing the pain. There's no surgery, no pills, no medications. It's 100% painless. You don't even feel the treatment when it's happening. Dr. Appleton performs all the robotic laser treatments himself, and the consultation is free, and appointments are not necessary. Walk-ins always welcome, even on Saturdays. So take advantage of that no-charge free consultation. Go see Dr. Appleton and let him tell you what his laser away pain treatment can do for you. Here's his number, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710, and online, AppletonChiro.com. We'll be right back. All right, Steve, I had to do a spot, so we didn't miss anything. We had to hit the dump, and I did a live spot. We're in. Okay. I'm going to put you on hold for a minute, though. We're in break for the bottom. Hold on. All right, Steve, we got about 90 seconds.
Okay, you got me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got about 90 seconds. We'll be back.
All right.
If you're on hold, hang in there. These criticisms, we're financially viable. That's a great criticism. You'll never hear me apologize for making money. I'll never apologize for that.
That's for sure.
And he never promised a Doge check. That was Elon Musk, by the way, who talked about a Doge check.
He's pretty good at delivering what he promises.
He said it 3 times in 24 hours. I think we can take it to the bank. Maybe 4. Because he put out 2 posts on True Social. He said it in the Oval Office. And did he mention it to Laura last night? I can't remember. But he said it at least 3 times in 24 hours. So that's a done deal.
Did you hear Mark Levin last night?
No.
You're missing some good stuff.
No, he's causing problems.
Well, that's why it might be good programming.
Well, you can tell me what I missed. If it's, All right. Okay, 30 seconds. All right, we're back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. It is the Steve Kane Show. Do you want to go back to the phones, or what do you want to do, Steve?
Sure.
Okay. Some of these callers seem a little unhinged. So
a lot of them.
Yeah, we got, the arthritis that Dr. Appleton rid me of was caused from the dump button. It was in my dump button finger. So all of these, I'm not kidding. It was in the dump button finger that I've used all these years. But I don't have any arthritis anymore. It's brand new, Steve. I'm ready to go. Got another 30 years of dumping ready in this finger, I'll tell you. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, yeah, it's Jason again. I'm
Jason, it's Colorado. 1 call per show.
Oh, well, I never got to ask a question before.
Well, be quick with it this time, because I was getting bored with you the first time. I'll give you a pass, but in the future, 1 call per show.
Okay, yeah, so Trump, he promised to like eliminate the deficit or the debt rather, like over 10 years, I believe he said. So like, it doesn't seem like that's happening. So,
well, just because you don't know about it doesn't mean it's not happening. He said he gave from the Oval Office yesterday. He says we're going to give a $2,000 dividend from the tariffs. We've raised over $1 trillion from the tariffs and investments. We're going to give $2,000 to every middle and low income earner, and the rest we're going to put towards the deficit. He said it in the Oval Office yesterday. All right, take care. Call back another day, though. It's one call per day.
All right.
And neither of your two calls were worth taking, honestly. Hold on, Steve. I got 80. What? Hey, who taught me how to do this? What are you talking about?
Well, I don't know.
Remember that time we had that woman with the eating disorder? You offered her a sandwich. Remember that? Oh my goodness. Okay.
I do remember that.
We had this guest. I can't remember what the issue was, but we had this liberal guest in studio, a woman. She had a big mouth. Hold on, Steve. I'm answering the line, so I'm gonna put you on hold. She had a real big mouth, so we invited her in studio, and she made the great Karen Carpenter look obese. Remember that?
Yes,
I couldn't even look at her, and you're like asking her if she needed a sandwich. You said, "I'll send Brian out to get you a sandwich." I was like, "What are you?"
She was, as I remember, she was from PETA. She was a animal rights activist, and she didn't believe in eating animals.
Well, it looked like she didn't believe in eating anything. I mean, she had some serious. I mean, it was.
She was a tad on the skinny side.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm not exaggerating, and I don't make fun of Karen Carpenter. I hear the Carpenters a lot because it's Christmas time. You know, we hear all those Christmas Carpenter stuff. I love the Carpenter. You like the Carpenters, Steve? Oh, I think I lost Steve. Hold on. All right, Steve, you back with us? Oh, I lost Steve. I'm gonna have to call him back. I will call Steve back in a minute. And if you're on hold, hang in there, guys. The number is 888-465-2631. But you notice what we're getting when it comes to the liberals, when it comes to the tariffs. You know, it's what I was talking about earlier with there's a lot of wishful thinking. They're trying to wish us not to get the money. You notice that? They're not really telling us it's a bad idea. They just, it's not coming. It can't come. Because it's like their nightmare that, okay, we got you. Okay. All right, Steve, we got you back. If you notice, the liberals, they're not calling us and telling us that getting the $2,000 is a bad idea. They're trying to convince themselves that it's not going to happen because they know what the effect of that will be on Trump's popularity. It'll go even higher than it has ever been because liberals get that $2,000 too, and they want their Trump money. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Steve. This is Nick out of Baltimore,
hey, Nick.
south of Baltimore.
Good morning,
Listen, hey, good morning, Steve. Good to hear your voice. It is cold up here. It's like 34 degrees, and I tell you what, I wish I was in Florida, and I could see Dr.
Pretty cold down. It's pretty cold down here.
Well, I understand that, and I wish I was in Florida so I could go see Dr. Appleton and get rid of some of this pain I'm in right now. But I tell you what, if I get my $2,000, we will. I plan to invest it a little bit and get ahead of the game, and I'm looking forward to that. What's really painful is listening to some of these liberal callers. It's just really painful to listen to them. They're so some of them are just not so nonsensical,
aren't they?
I don't know how you guys put up with it.
And the liberals are devolving. But you can tell there's a panic in their voice about the Trump money. Because they know there's no path forward for them once Trump starts sending out the dividends.
They're in trouble. They said they're in trouble, and they know it. Every day it's more evident to them, and they're talking about replacing Schumer. Nobody even wants his job.
They want to get rid of Schumer now. He's really blown everything, and it's a great day in America. And just
Indeed.
ahead of the gold report, you guys have a great day, and thank you for your time.
All right, appreciate the call. Nick from Baltimore. All right. Okay, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Sherry from Texas.
Hey, Sherry.
Hey, I don't know if this is off topic, but I was thinking about this yesterday. You know, I don't know if it's a coincidence or what, but when Pelosi got up there and announced her retirement, it just goes to show how much power she had over her party. Because when she announced her retirement, I believe it was 2 days later, may have been a few more days after that, 5 Democrats came forward and voted yes for the big, beautiful bill.
Yes.
And that just goes to show the power that woman carries and carries to this day, and the fear and intimidation that she instilled in her own people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
Last couple times I've seen her on television, she doesn't look too happy to me right now.
Yeah. Why do you think she's leaving?
I think it's all caught up with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's, my dad always said, you're never so big you can't fall.
That's correct.
And there's always somebody else there that has a whole lot more power than you do. So the Democratic Party is crumbling, and it's happening at a very rapid pace.
They're totally. This is a bigger defeat than the Democrats received when they lost the Civil War, because they still had a party.
The word to describe it is they're in a free fall.
Yeah, I mean they really are. The party has collapsed. It's like Richmond again, right? 1864, whatever. They have been dealt a defeat, and who do they have? Hakeem Jeffries is a joke. All right, caller. I appreciate the call. Yeah.
Their main future revolves around, what's the name of the guy from California?
Newscomb?
Newscomb, yes.
Yeah, Governor Newscomb,
He's a fair-haired boy.
Good luck. Him and Mamdani. Mamdani. Did you see Giuliani gave some advice as a former mayor to Mamdani? It's in the New York Post today. Did you see this?
I saw the article in the Post. I didn't have a chance to read it.
Resign before he takes the job.
Or it's too late.
Oh, man. I know. It's good. Yeah. All right, let's take some more calls. Let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Deerfield.
Hey, Brian.
Brian. Hi, Brian. Hi, Steve. How are you today? It's almost, I listen to these, some of the calls, but this is not a difficult concept to grasp. President Trump, through his trade deals and rectifying things that should have been corrected a long time ago by past presidents, is creating wealth. The Republican Party is creating wealth for everybody. Even the people that hate Trump, who have Trump derangement syndrome, are going to participate in this. They're going to get a check for $2,000. The Democratic Party creates poverty and resentment and depression. This is a wonderful thing that's being done for the holiday season.
And you hear these callers. Yesterday it was just callers telling me what they're going to spend the money. Today they're just it's the only way to describe it is it's wishful thinking. You're not going to get that check. The check's not coming. It's not coming. You're not going to get it. He's a comment. It's not coming. It's not coming. I mean, they're not. I mean, they're it cracks me up.
We're looking at a political party which has gone beyond Trump derangement syndrome and is now really officially in shambles. They don't even want good news. They don't even want prosperity. They just want misery. It's like they're just rolling around in a misery. I guess they want everybody to be miserable with them.
Yes.
But the people who are MAGA people, especially the people in the Republican Party, this is called wealth creation for a great nation. And it's a wonderful thing.
Well, what President Trump has done that's never happened before, the government's in a profit position now, right?
Yeah.
They're in a profit position. Yeah. There's revenues coming in to our country instead of going out to other countries. And instead of giving money for transgendered comic books in Argentina or whatever the hell they were putting on the books while they were stealing our money. He's going to give us the money. That's it.
Sounds
How
good to me.
How can people not grasp this very simple concept? You're going to get $2,000 for the holiday season. What is
we
wrong
don't know
with
when
that?
we're going to
Nothing.
get it, but if it comes after the first, that's
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Mm.
It's a wonderful thing, and really, I would say that the Democratic Party really is now in their final descent. I don't see a recovery from this.
Yeah.
I don't know what they got to
Well, listen,
stand.
I looked at the clock. We got to run for the gold report, but thanks,
Okay, guys.
thanks for the call. I'm going to put you on hold, Steve. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll be right back. Hey there, we got a little less than a minute. I'll put you on hold for a second. Hold on. Steve, you there?
I'm here.
All right, we're going to have the gold report in a minute.
Make sure I'm on for that.
You're on. You'll be on. I'm going to conference him in just a second. Okay, William, we have about 20 seconds, so stand by.
Okay. Okay.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Stevens here. It's time to check in with William Youngerman with today's look at the gold and precious metals markets. William Youngerman, how the metals look today?
Metals continue to rally to well over $4,100 this morning. Yesterday, we saw the gold trade in a range of $3,998 on the low, all the way up to $4,118, and closing near the high of the day at $4,114.90. That was up, get this, $115.30 up on gold.
Wow.
Silver up $2.21.
Wow.
Closing out the day at $50.43. Platinum gained $33 at $1,576, and palladium was up $32 at $1,397.
Wow.
Overnight, and this morning, the rally continues as gold traded in a range of $4,114 all the way up to $4,150 so far. And right now we're at $4,141 the ounce on gold. That's up $26.10. Silver up another 67 cents at $51.10 the ounce. Platinum up $14 at $1,590. And palladium up $24. So
wow.
A lot of...
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's looking great. Well, listen, these are incredible numbers, and silver is just on fire, man. I'm telling you, this is a great time.
Yep.
Yeah, William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. Give him a call. And William, how are the 10-ounce bars looking in silver right now?
10-ounce bars are very fairly priced, and we have plenty of them in stock. So, yep, it's a nice stackable way of buying silver.
Yeah, Steve, those 10-ounce silver bars they're perfect. Boom, 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 boom. They look great. And listen, William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. His number is 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. His address is 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building just east of US 1 Federal Highway. And you can find both his phone number and address on his website, williamyoungerman.com. That's williamyoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day.
All right, take care. Wow, Steve, this is amazing stuff. All right, you want to take some more of these calls?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I don't know. Maybe we'll have more of these wishful thinking Democrats that don't want the 2000 to come. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, my name is Jeremy. I'm from Oklahoma.
All right, what's up?
Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, guys. You guys having a good morning?
So far.
Yes, we are. We are. So far, so good.
We've had some interesting callers, some folks from different sides, and they've got a pretty decent echo chamber going there, too.
Echo chamber.
Yeah, people that agree with you.
It's okay for people to agree and disagree, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you just hear an echo chamber.
Well, since you clearly do disagree with us, don't be a hypocrite. Just come out, take the thing you disagree with most, and we'll talk about it.
Well, I wouldn't say disagree too much. I'm an independent, so I have criticisms of both Democrats and Republicans, liberals and conservatives. I share some views. So
take your best shot. Take your best shot.
I have a question for you. What you guys are obviously looking forward to the stimulus or the $2,000 that Trump is talking about, and I think he probably will follow through with that. He'll have to have Congress approve it because he can't just unilaterally give us money. All the stimulus in the past has also been
Mike Johnson will do it.
Congress.
Don't worry, we got the Congress. That's an echo chamber too.
Maybe. The problem is it's deficit spending. Because it doesn't really come
you know what
from
you can
anywhere.
do? All of you liberals out there, right? You can collectively you don't have to cash the check. You can send it back to the government and ask them to put it towards the deficit. My wife's putting our $4,000 on a living room set. You can put yours towards the deficit. Just send it back. Right, Steve? They don't have to take the money.
No.
And it adds to helping the economy
why are you guys
be productive.
Why are you guys okay with it?
Because we pay taxes, and it's our money. We pay taxes, and we want some of our money back.
Well, then why?
Come on, sir. Sir, stop playing games here. Yeah, I know you're a better caller than this. You're just pretending to be stupid.
Well, that's a pretty stupid
come on now, be serious.
Okay.
You wouldn't. Hold on. Well, so you wouldn't like a $2,000 check if you were working, if you qualified? So what are you? What are you being a hypocrite?
Why are you guys taking it? That's the question. Why are you excited about deficit spending? You don't want.
We are our own deficits.
I'm excited.
Our own deficits. We want to. Yeah, my wife. Yeah, it's our own deficits at home. We're worried about.
I think he wants us to be more excited. Trust me, I'm excited.
No.
Don't take yours. Don't take your money, caller. Send it back to the Treasury.
All right. Let him tell you. We're disturbing his train of thought. Go ahead, come on. Ask your question. Make a point.
So why do you think conservatives will be okay with spending money like this, giving people money when we have a deficit currently, which is adding to the debt? What justifies it?
You want to answer?
What justifies what?
The spending.
They're just giving us back the money that they've already taken that we can put back in our pockets.
And what's left, President Trump said he's going to pay towards the deficit.
Exactly.
They're making billions a week.
Right?
They're making billions a week on tariffs.
Well, and the money's coming from somewhere, of course,
Yes.
This is why you called?
Oh, my goodness. Can we get back to the echo chamber?
No, I'm trying to get, I'm sure you'd like to.
No, you're not saying
much.
much.
That we're collecting, we're not letting me. The money that we're collecting from the tariffs.
A victim.
Just listen. You guys have interrupted every time. Calm down. The money that we're collecting from the tariffs is coming from somewhere. It's coming from us. We're the ones paying those tariffs.
No.
So the farmers are, for instance, right now are going to get bailed out because of the loss of revenue.
Well, then the $2,000 will help defray the cost of the tariffs that the American people are paying, that you're whining about.
Well, those are short-term answers for long-term problems.
Not if it's every year.
When a farmer loses their revenue stream, they lose customers. They can't make money off the investments they've made, the millions of dollars. The millions of dollars.
You didn't tell me you were a farmer. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What kind of farm do you have? How many acres you get?
Pot farm.
I have a lot of. I grew up in rural Oklahoma, so I have a lot of farmers in my friends and family. So you guys are.
What do you grow?
I can't tell. I can't tell if you're serious at this point.
What do you grow?
Listen to what I have to say.
What do you grow?
That farm. I have friends that farm cotton. Friends that have cattle ranches. I have family that has corn up in Minnesota. So,
but do you have any?
Do you have any? Do you have any friends that do anything besides make loud noises? What do you contribute to this society? What do you contribute to this conversation?
Here we go, Steve. Here we go.
I get on the air every day and I talk to jerks like you, make people laugh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good cause, isn't it?
I think
so. You agree?
It's probably less productive than I thought it'd be. I agree with what?
I think
it sounds to me like you just bully callers that don't agree with you.
No, you're just not. You're not interesting. You're not interesting. We're trying to make you interesting. You're boring.
And
I don't agree with you.
It's like the Joyce Kaufman show. Are you a libertarian?
No, I'm not.
You're liberal.
He's a farmer, isn't he?
So, well, you know what? I'll tell you this. Okay, well, let's talk about farmers. I've known a lot of farmers in my life. I know some now. I've never met a poor farmer. All the farmers are rich. But you're not a farmer. You just know farmers. So you're not that financially successful?
I think I'm just a normal guy.
Well, what's normal? Like, what's your income bracket?
I pay like a 25% to 35% tax.
Oh, okay.
Rate.
Oh, great. You should be a big supporter of Trump because the big beautiful bill, you got your tax cuts made permanent. So you're paying in taxes. You're going to get $2,000 if you're married to give you back some of your tax money. The government's in a surplus.
But I worry about. But I worry about what the long-term effects of the policy
President Trump understands money in ways that mortal men like you and I will never understand. He knows what he's talking about.
I think you might be sipping the Kool-Aid on that. Fortunately, I think
he's a billionaire. He's a billionaire.
Yeah, that's his personal wealth and his personal finances, which are a completely different conversation, don't really have much impact on his understanding of policy.
Sure, they do. He's an economic genius. He is he's an economist.
Then why in the world did we have such problems with his last tariffs in his last term that caused the bailouts of all these farmers?
Well, the problem with the last term was a little thing you may remember called COVID that shut down the world economy down for over a year.
It was
so
before
that caused
COVID.
That caused
he
things.
Was bailing
Excuse
out
me.
Last time.
I'm starting to think you're not interested in it.
Wait.
You were whining about us interrupting. Now you're interrupting. COVID interrupted his whole agenda in the first term. Things are going incredibly well. The government. Excuse me. The president told Laura Ingraham last night the government is bringing trillions with a T, multiple trillions of dollars into the United States through business and tariffs, and he's going to spread the wealth around a little bit.
That's what he says. Now, let's talk about how much money it would cost to give everybody $2,000. How much is that?
It's not everybody. It's not everybody. He said middle income and low income people. It's not everybody.
What's the percentage you think?
We don't know. I don't know how many people. We don't know what the cutoff is at the top end. It's not everybody.
Let's be entertaining.
No,
What's the guess?
No hypotheticals. I know that President Trump. Has promised it 3 times at least in 24 hours. It's coming. So you and your liberal friends, if you're concerned about the deficit, just send the money back to the U.S. Treasury. I send checks to them all the time in taxes. They'll take it.
Do you think most farmers
and
Oklahomans are liberal? Is that what your argument is?
I'm not talking about farmers. I'm talking to you. If you're so worried about it, don't cash the check.
I'm not liberal.
Yes, you are. Send the money back.
You guys are attacking me like I'm like some kind of liberal. You're attacking, and I already told you I would take the check. I don't think that.
Oh, okay.
I'm
So,
take whatever
what
money
about
the
the?
government
All
gives
right,
me.
all right. Appreciate the call. Oh boy. We got time for one more, Steve. You want to take another call?
Yeah.
I mean,
that should be better than the last one.
That's not saying much. It could be worse though. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Renee from Harlem.
Oh.
Hey, Renee.
Yeah, so I guess you think we should feel good about the money we're going to be getting from Trump?
Think of it as reparations money, Renee. It's reparations money.
Reparations. Oh.
Will that make it sound good?
No, it doesn't. It would be cheap.
Now you don't
It
want
would be like
reparations. So you don't want your $2,000 in reparations money.
No, I'll take it. Oh,
You'll
I'll
take
it.
okay.
I'll
You'll take the
it.
Trump money. Okay, so you're going to take the Trump money. Okay.
He's still going to lose.
So, but you're going to take it. You're going to take your Trump bucks.
I'll take his money and I'll vote against him.
Okay. So New York goes Democrat. Oh, what an impact you have. Oh man. All right, we're out of time for the day, Steve.
Just when I was beginning to hate it.
Oh. You know what it is?
What a bunch of
You know what it is,
strange
Steve?
people.
The liberals are clinically depressed. So when they call us, we're talking to depressed people. This is.
We got to try to be more compassionate.
I don't
Starting
know.
tomorrow, let's shoot for compassion.
I feel your pain. All right. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane has been here. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. God bless Donald Trump and God bless America and Charlie Kirk. See you tomorrow, 6 a.m. All right, Steve, I'll call you later. All right. Steve hung up. Well, listen, guys. Make sure you subscribe before you go. And if you're new, like the video. I was going to go through some. If you want to call in, you can. I was going to do this with Steve, but when I said goodbye, he signed off too. But I was going to play this audio that I played around 5:30 this morning that I could not play on the radio. Let me pull this up. This is, oh, by the way, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is DoorDash on their official X, DoorDash. Grocery prices on breakfast items have dropped 14% in the last 6 months. I want you to think about that. All you liberals out there, DoorDash, this isn't the news. There's an article about it in Breitbart. I'm not sharing the Breitbart article. This is the official DoorDash X. DoorDash, it's not news, it's not political, it's just a fact. And they monitor the prices. Boom. Thank you, Donald Trump. Breakfast is 14% cheaper in the last 6 months. Thank you, President Trump. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. Good morning. It's JJ from Mass.
Oh, hey, JJ.
Yeah, I love that that chart you got up because it's just proof positive. And you know, of the food prices coming down. People have a problem understanding some things. Like I know some farmers, or one of those callers was driving me crazy. You know, talking about like beef cattle. During Biden's burning down of the U.S. economy, if you remember back, you had the fertilizer, fuel, and grain like go up 100, 200, up to like 400+%. All these costs went up. Do you remember with the Ukraine war, and because they were responsible for a lot of fertilizer? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me answer these lines while we're going here. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so people have short memories. Everything went through the roof for for farmers, but beef cattle, you know, when you sell something, say you sell cattle for you sell a beef cattle, you sell one for $1,700-1,800, but it costs you $2,000 or $2,200 to make it. Any business, if you sell something for $800 and it costs you $1,000 to make it, you just say, you basically quit the business. And what they did was they sold off their breeder herds and quit because they were losing money, and you end up with a smaller supply of meat, which that's simple economics, supply and demand. That's why meat prices are up, and I think Trump is working with Argentina, maybe, and some other countries to get some more beef in here. We just need more supply because the economy is doing so well.
It's possible, but I thought it was interesting that hold on, let me get you back here. I thought it was interesting that the president wanted the Justice Department to investigate it. He said over the weekend.
Well, there are other aspects of it, and I agree with him on that as well. I believe his train of thought there is spot on. China has been attacking us all over.
That's what I think's going on. I think we have foreign interests that have some control over the beef industry, whether it's owning slaughterhouses or ranches or
the slaughterhouses, I believe they own two of them. I think they own two of the four that are the main ones.
Yeah.
And again, that whenever you have a small supply of whatever product it is going through just like 4 outlets, you end up with they can control
and these slaughterhouses are factories. They're not, it's not like some guy with a knife. They're factories. So it's industrial slaughterhouses we're talking about.
Tens of thousands of square foot, big places.
Mm-hmm. So what's I believe what's going on is there's some foreign manipulation of the American financial markets, and also there's a political it causes political problems that they're causing too.
Absolutely. That's the plan. Absolutely, Brian. That is the plan. That's what they did. That's what they did in Argentina. I mean, the same people that have been coming after the United States, China, Russia, name the other countries. China's involved all over the world. I mean, China, they don't want countries that are friendly to the United States to succeed, especially like Argentina. I mean, I saw this currency trade. I saw this coming, months ago, because they're going through Venezuela trying to destroy us, beat us down in every which way possible. And they were going to do the same thing to Argentina because Argentina was going to be a strong ally to America. So China, Russia, they all want to destroy that. And what they did is they attacked the currency. And all we did was a currency trade. I mean, at Besant that's what.
And President Trump's already made. There's already been profit made because buying the currency drove the value of it up. There's already been profit made on that currency.
We're going to hang on to that currency.
And I wanted to, before we go, I wanted to talk about this previous call. That's you like echo chambers, something like, those of you that are new to the show, the Steve Kane radio show is the longest running radio show in Florida. It's probably the longest running radio show in the country. The Grand Ole Opry has that distinction, but that's not like a talk radio show with that. I don't even. That shouldn't count. The type of radio show that is, it's different. And Steve's been doing this since the 70s. I've been doing this for over about 35 years almost now. I've been on the air doing this. It's new to you, but we've been doing this I've been doing it over 30 years. Steve's been doing it like 50. A lot of times when we lose patience with these callers, it's not that they're liberal. They're boring. And we got to keep the show moving and interesting, or to keep people listening. So if you've got nothing to say or you're boring, you're going to hear us try to make it a little more interesting here and there. And if you can't take it, well, butch up, snowflake. I mean, some of these, like that last caller, he had nothing to say. It was just before you.
Well, the echo chamber thing. I mean, when I hear people say things, I mean, listen, the show is funny. I mean, a lot of times during the course, it's funny. I mean, there's tragic, there's sadness, there's everything that goes on here. But the echo chamber thing, I'm like, that guy hasn't been listening long enough, because I've heard a lot of people call in that when I hear I hear a lot that is not a friggin' echo chamber. I hear some insanity. I remember some callers talking about the gays, how the gays happen to like you or something. Or
yes, I'm very big with the gays. Gay men love me.
Big with the gays, and I'm just like, okay, well, that's I'm thinking, well, why? And the question was, why was that? And I'm like, okay, well, that's because opposites attract. Or like with the crazy people. The crazy people, opposites attract. You're smart, they're not.
The attraction is not mutual; it's one way.
Exactly.
Let's be clear about that.
Still, not an echo chamber. The guy that said echo chamber, I'm just like,
we take the calls we take. When you call in, nobody answers the phone. We put you on hold. They're screenless and unvetted. Everybody gets on the air. That's why a lot of these low quality people get on the air. It's not they wouldn't get on the air anywhere else because they're boring with nothing to say, And we can't let that continue.
Yeah, well, I think everybody should take the 2000. I mean, the thing about back with Elon and Doge, the excitement was that he was going to cut like $1 trillion or $2 trillion. And all Trump said was that if Elon, finds all this money and we end up if we save $2 trillion or whatever the number was, Trump was talking like $5,000 checks to taxpayers,
yes.
households.
Yes.
But those were the numbers I remember, and that's if it happened. And $2 trillion didn't happen right away. They saved a couple $100 billion.
This 2000 promise, I've heard him at least 3 times, and if he mentioned it to Laura Ingraham last night, that would be 4.
Yeah, it's going to have. He wants this done. He wanted it. I mean, he wants to help out, and he has said this specifically, Brian. I know you've heard him say it, that he wants to do this because of all the pain that was caused from the Biden administration. And believe me, there was a ton of pain. They say 9% inflation. That's a bogus number.
Yep.
It was up in the teens, high teens.
Yep.
It was double digits in that.
Well, listen, I'm gonna move on. I got some other callers, so I'm gonna leave the echo chamber.
You betcha, Brian. Good day.
All right, take care. Take care. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Job 9 out of California.
Hey, what's up?
You have a beautiful sweatshirt.
Thank you very much.
I
haven't shown you guys the back. Have you seen the back of this sweatshirt? I'll turn around on camera and I'll show it to you.
Okay.
Look at the back. The back's pretty cool.
There's a little bit of a delay, so when I see it, because I have to put you on mute over here. What I am in complete awe is that I have never, ever seen a political party that is based solely on hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm.
It is complete and utter hypocrisy. If you're so concerned about the budget, where were these concerns? Oh, yeah, I'm seeing the back. It's beautiful. If you're so concerned about our deficit, then where was this concern when millions of people were coming in? Where do you think? This is the thing.
The reason President Trump's doing this, they've cut tremendous amounts of spending through Doge and other things. The government, President Trump, he has an interest in how many different companies now the federal government has, and plus the tariffs. And this, I'm telling you, his plan is to make this a yearly event where we get a check, we get a dividend from the tariffs every year. It's going to be a regular thing that his plan is to give us this every single year forever.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't. What is so hypocritical is they're complaining about this, but they're going to take the money.
Well, listen, here's the Democrat. All of a sudden, they're fiscal conservatives, right? Tariffs are a tax. All of a sudden, they're against a tax. I've never heard liberals against a tax before. And now we're getting our, Renee from Harlem, when I called it reparations money, then all of a sudden, it's not enough. You know what I mean? He had an immediate turnaround when I called it reparations money to Renee. Yeah, these people, they're
because I mean, they're all for immigration, but yet you ask them if they want to go ahead and house them in their house, they're like, oh no, can't do that.
Exactly.
I mean, they don't want the child exploitation and the child trafficking. They're not up in arms about that. They're not up in arms about all of the fraud, waste, and abuse that has been going on. I mean, in Minnesota, I believe it's Minnesota, where they were ending up having to have all these scandals around all of these missed lunches that were supposed to be given out to kids, and you're talking about millions upon millions of dollars. There is no outrage from these people, except they're supposed to be the inclusive party, except if you're talking about God, then
exactly.
They want to end up physically attacking you and making you bleed. I mean, they're just complete.
I love how the Democrats have spent the entire year telling us that taxes are passed along to the consumers with the tariffs, the import taxes. I love it. We've been saying that about every tax forever, but now, all of a sudden.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. Trump is doing a great job. He's going to continue to do a great job, and they're going to continue to actually end up losing their minds, which is beautiful.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
All right. Let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. Once, twice. All right. Well, I think about just shy of 4 hours is enough for me today. But make sure you subscribe if you're new. I'll be back this afternoon, guys. And if you could take the link to the program and share it on all your socials. Now, before we go, I do want to show you, they had this big Antifa attack at the Turning Point Conference in Berkeley. And some of our listeners were there. And Fun Mary from our cruises was there. She has a twin sister. Those of you that go on our MAGA cruise every year. Fun Mary, we call her Fun Mary because she's so much fun. Fun Mary will be on the next cruise too in March. Her and her twin sister were at the Turning Point event at Berkeley with another one of our cruisers, Brad. They're MAGA people that live in the San Francisco Bay Area. And Fun Mary is over 80 years old. She was shot with paintballs by Antifa. She was bruised. She was bloodied. She was pushed to the ground by Antifa at Berkeley. And Brad made this video, and he texted it to me early today.
We were here in front of UC Berkeley for the Turning Point USA event, and we have been physically assaulted. We had, it's called an Antifa milkshake. They threw it at us. You can see it all over her blouse, all over her face. She actually got hurt. You know, we can't have women being assaulted at a public event, at a public university. We need free speech, and you can't make women feel scared for having a protest, not violent. Yeah, thank you.
Wow, isn't that terrible what they did? But she's okay. But you know, the next day is when you start to feel the pain. You know, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, hi. My name is Giuseppe, and from California.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I just really appreciate your show, and I want to.
There we go.
I want to talk to you guys a little bit about like the commercial fishing industry on the West Coast.
The commercial fishing industry? Oh my goodness, that sounds terminally boring. Why would I want to talk about the commercial fishing industry on the West Coast of the United States? No, I don't think so. Are you trying to make people not watch me? You trying to bore my audience to death?
Oh, I don't know. It's usually a pretty hot topic.
Where's that a hot topic at? Where's that a hot topic at? The bait shop? Where the hell is it a hot topic to talk about commercial fishing off the West Coast of the United States? Where could I go and they have a riveting discussion on that?
Right here for one.
I failed to see that. I'll give you 10 seconds. If I'm interested, we'll continue.
Okay, I just want to talk about how, you know, all these NGOs that we're getting money from, all these Democrats have shut down our commercial fishing industry.
That's riveting. No more. Nothing personal, but that's terminally boring. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay. I like that guy the best. The last one, not the fishing guy. Listen, guys, I am going to take off this time, I promise. I will be back this afternoon. Again, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. My name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.